Boom! What? What is up, guys? Can you hear us? What is going on, guys? Can you hear us? Kelly Cruz. I can hear you, but cannot see you, says Lisa. Can you guys see us? Everything okay? That's you.
Just making sure the sound works.
Just making sure the sound works.
Thank you for joining us, Sav.
What is up? Eric Utamolan is in the house. Sav is here at ground zero minute. What is going on, Gilbert? What is up, Christian? Thank you very much for joining us.
You want to get rid of that?
Yes, but last time I did that, the whole thing went bonkers.
No, just don't touch it then. It should be fine. We're not doing anything.
Yeah, like when I kicked that, it did.
Hey, Nanase! Must be the happiest man on earth.
What is up, Adam Tiley? Remembered how to say your name with an E-Y-E.
Tilly!
It's not Tilly, it's Tiley. What is up, Gilbert Rivers?
Hopefully Facebook is running smoothly this week.
Yeah, baby. What's up, Taran?
Hey.
I like myself some Stone Cold Steve Austin. What is up, Sean? Chris Medeiros.
Are we recording?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nana says, happy, he's loving it. What is up, James? And I see Cassandra, the double team. Husband and wife watching a Friday Q&A, hanging out with Chocks A. That's
Awesome.
what I like to see. What is up, Jamie Bailey? How's it going?
William Hill, is that the bookies? The bookies? Can I place my bets?
Absolutely. Boom! Johnny DeJesus in the house.
I'm fine, Adam. I was just kidding. Kit Kat.
Hey, we've got Bud in the house.
Who's
and
Bud?
Who's Bud? The dude who's been working on you-know-what, behind the scenes.
Oh, where?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I didn't see it on my
You can't see on your
side.
side.
Yeah.
You also come and look at what's going on over here.
Ah,
Can you guys hear us okay? Hear us okay? We've got this. The mic. Has it been set up correctly?
Hello. Mr. Uncle Scabs, here's your shout out.
Yo. We got Brie Hanania. Is that a new name?
Brie.
Hanania. Is that a new name?
Hanania.
Hanania. What is up? Sean Spell, the self-proclaimed Metroid champion of the world. Uncle Scabs is in the house. We have Aquila in the house. What is going on? Aquila loves him some Banjo-Kazooie. He also likes himself some ukulele. Do you still like ukulele after it's come out?
Sorry, but today's a Friday. You gotta wait until Monday.
Before they can do the Banjo-Kazooie
Before they
post.
can do that Tazooie. That
sounds incredibly bonkers.
Yeah, I know. I never knew a bear could have so many different names.
True that.
Yeah.
True that.
And a bird.
Polar bear.
Polar bear.
And an emu.
An emu, sorry. Yeah.
Indeed. Which is a bird.
Which is a bird,
Which is a bird. Indeed. Let's see what we got here. We got Kelly in the house. We got Philippe Pochard, who's just joined us. What is going on? Do we have any Friday Q&A with Chocks A virgins in the house? Is this your first stream? Let us know in the comments so you can get special shout-outs for joining us for your first time on a Friday. What is up, Zeb? Hey, we're not the best. You guys are the best. What's going on? David in the house. We got Austin Paul, the number one
You guys
Samurai
are the best.
Jack fan there is in the OCC. We got Tobias Schmidt, Mohit in the house. How's it going? Who else we got in the house? We got Randy's just joined us. What's going on? We got Shane Kajun Sizzler, Brazil in the house. What is going on? Donkey Kong TT this week. Looking
DK.
forward to reviewing how that's been coming along.
What's a DK?
Only the second shout out I ever got. First time Choc was made fun of me hardcore.
What? Who?
Uncle Scabs.
I didn't make fun of you.
What is up, David Najira? How's it going? Is it Najira or Nahira? Let us know in the comments. William Giles, what is going on? Josh Mizrahi? Yo, we got Jessica Castig, our lovely admin in the house. What is going on? She's been enjoying her admin tick.
Tick.
Have you seen that? That's really cool.
No, it's not a tick.
I thought it was a tick.
It's a star.
Oh, a star.
Yeah.
Or are we a tick? What are we?
No,
We're stars.
moderators are a shield with a star. Admins are a shield with a star. Did I say?
It's the same thing.
No, a star, a shield with a tick.
Yeah, that's what I said. A tick.
A tick.
Oh.
No, you said her. She's got a tick.
She's got a tick.
No, she should have a star. So she's
an admin.
She's an admin. Yeah.
Is there any difference?
Yeah. One's a star, one's a tick.
They can add
One's
update. I guess the admin can update. Like,
admin can do pretty much everything, but a mod
can't
only,
like update descriptions. Probably, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably.
Can't kick us out. Yeah.
Please don't kick us out, Jessica. Oh, Dave Najir, I got it right the first time.
Najira.
What do we got going on?
Valerie.
What's Valerie?
Yeah, I got a Valerie. How do you say that name? Weather it?
Weather it.
Weather it.
How's it going? Did I get that? Yeah.
You get yours? Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, Weather Ilt.
Weather Ilt.
With an LT.
Weather Ilt.
Snuck in the L before the T. What is up, Jacob Ramirez, Adam Tiley.
Tilly.
Guys, let us know where you guys are. We love the fact that we have so many people from all over the world coming to hang out with us in our little corner of Hong Kong, and you guys just make it so international. So let us know where you are right now.
We are so international now.
I feel like a Pitbull song's coming on.
Oh my god, it's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy weekend last weekend.
Jesus, I still haven't gone to sleep yet.
You haven't gone to sleep?
How about you?
I'm
Did you get any? You got it right, yeah?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Yeah.
I'm alright.
Indeedy. So who have we got going on? Where is everybody up? We got people in NYC. Uncle Scabs, you're going to come see us in NYCC, I'm hoping. Mizrahi is saying that. Are you in Florida? Make sure everybody is okay over in Florida. It's going to be hitting it. Well, it's been pretty crazy, that hurricane.
Yes,
Irma.
Irma, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen quite a few posts in the club. Everyone's wishing each other well.
Absolutely.
Telling people how to protect your statues.
Yeah. So we got
It's crazy.
Germany, Ohio, Leicester, Maryland,
Leicester in UK.
Bristol. Love
Bristol,
it.
UK.
St. Neots, UK. Where is that?
Yeah. Where's
St. Neots? Green Bay, Wisconsin. Go Packers. We've got Baltimore, Maryland. Loving the wire. We got Christoph Villiers in the house. How's it going? SC USA, is that Santa Clara? Sacramento? Let us know. San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio, didn't it just got mashed up by Harvey? I hope you're okay over there. California, San Diego for
crazy, isn't it? Like those guys over there are having like hurricanes, and we've been having our own
typhoons and stuff like that,
as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. Byersville, Ohio. We got Tanya Hoffman in the house, who is a power couple with Mahit. And we have South Carolina. Yo, look at that. All over the place. Chocks.
Yes. Where's our local fans?
Michael Lai.
Michael
Yo,
Lai. Yes.
There he is. That's what's up. What's up, Yasun Lu? Oh, Chocks. Over 100. Boom.
That was
3.
quick.
Lucky winners. Legion in the house. We got Eric Ramos Pace in the house. And we got Eric is based out in Australia. We got Arizona boys. We got Netherlands. Yeah, love it. This is truly international. We really appreciate to have the ability to be able to connect so well. Can you imagine trying to do
our
this?
fans from, like the guys that said our shipping costs is extraordinary, very expensive, from
Middle East?
Yeah, where's our Middle East fans?
They're not fans of the price of the.
They're not fans of the price, I know, but
so we may have something in that regard later on.
Yeah, I know.
We've always got our eyes on things. We know whenever we do those zone fives, those zone fives and fours. So 5 and 4s are particularly
zones,
painful,
zones, 5s and 4s,
and obviously there's a little bit of pain as well involved in Australia. So we're always looking, and
even Asia, right? Yeah,
sure.
like Singapore, Thailand, Japan.
Sure. So always looking. What is up, Natalie, joining us? Yeah, I was gonna say, Eric, where's Ashley at, yo? She's doing some vigilante justice. Chase the guy for trying to rob our neighbor. Seriously.
What?
Jesus, hope everything's okay. Yeah, that sounds pretty crazy.
Yeah, be safe.
Be safe, guys. Be safe. Once Ashley grabs that person and gets them to stop robbing people, make sure you tell them to hit up the club.
Yes.
Say what's up.
We'll give
Come
them 100 reward points.
Yeah, don't rob people. You know, we'll give you reward points.
Yeah.
No need to be, you know, as long as, of course, they're in they jump on the feeding frenzy. Obviously, I'm not trying to give it out.
Save the world. F4F saves the world.
Yasun Lu is loving the Singapore Comic Con that is rocking it up in this weekend. To shout out to all our fellow industry folks. Hope you guys have a great show. Obviously, we've been talking a lot this week about New York Comic Con, and of course, that's given us into that sort of mindset.
Yeah.
So, with all the sort of hard work we're doing behind the scenes, we can obviously appreciate the guys that are going through it right now over in Singapore. So, hope you guys have a great show, and maybe one of these times we can start going to more conventions. See what's up. Indeed. What is up, Dean Evans hitting me up with a PM, showing the love. We have John Morales looking forward to Saitama, his first F4F. We look forward to your F4F cherry
Fingers
being
crossed.
Popped. And make sure you put videos, reviews, pictures, put them in the club. Hopefully everything is
in
safe
and out of the club as well.
In and out of the club.
Yeah, we want more anime guys in the club, and you do your part, we do our part. Everyone does their part, and hopefully a win-win for everyone.
We always really appreciate any words that you can give out for us. We know.
Definitely. There's been a lot of people who's doing as much as they can for Tekken King.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, and that's great. That's really great. Josh Mrazi says he's in Florida. He's waiting for that Category 5 Ermada hit. While hoping for info on Sif and Ornstein. Well, if you didn't see today in the club, we just gave updates on Sif with regards to his die-cast swords.
They're looking sweet.
They're looking nice, and it's going to have that weight, because before the samples were made in resin, and of course the resin of that size is going to be really bendy and
flimsy. Yeah, but it was just a placeholder. It was just an indicator of what it will look like. But die-cast is a totally different.
Yeah, and once we get them in the office, it'll be
sword fighting. No, we'll be using them as toothpicks, just to make sure that size comparisons with pineapple. We have a pineapple party.
Yeah. All right, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, and we have to go with that. But obviously these are high quality collectibles, so don't use them as cutlery.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We've got Alex Petula in the house. What is going on, mate? Hala family indeed. Tiago Pinto in the house. What's going on? We got Jerome Kiryu in the house. What's going on?
Alex Petula. We were just talking about Tekken King. He just got his Tekken King, I believe Tekken King, right? He did some awesome photos in like Statue Forum and Sideshow Freaks.
Dead Knight.
Yes.
Ghost.
And,
Dead Ghost Knight.
One of those funky names.
Yo.
And he's going to do a video review as well, video unboxing.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So, why don't we answer Seb's question about the SOCOM? Well,
there's a lot of topic we need to talk about that, yeah?
Yeah, but, we will just let you know now that that is the one remaining thing that we don't have official approval on just yet. And unfortunately, that is going to, we're waiting to hear back. There are issues with regards to, potential issues with regards to that. So when we open the launch for Snake...
Yeah, we'll go through that in detail, because there's going to be a lot of Snake stuff today.
Yeah.
If for those that's been keeping a keen eye on the website, that there's been some...
We haven't given up on it yet.
Yeah, there's been some updated changes to the website right now, but we want to go through in more detail.
We'll go through each one by one.
This week, because there's a lot of content. I think, when you're ready...
Yeah, sure, of course.
It's all yours.
Of course. So, guys, it is September the 8th, 2017, and we have not yet launched Snake, contrary to our expectations at the end of August. But thank you very much for joining us today, and as always, we really appreciate our F4F family coming to hang out with us on Friday. So we're now going to kick it off with the week in review. Chocks, is anything
I think the most important things, let's do this on a regular basis, because we did promise the members that some of the topics we will mention every week until things are firmed and
Sure.
back on track.
Sure.
Because a lot of concerned members are saying, when's this payment going to come?
Sure.
Why is this payment? Is this payment
Sure.
correct? Why is this thing delay? It'd be nice to a quick couple minute chat on that topic.
Yeah.
So, for example, let's say a lot of guys have been receiving their shipments email this week with regards to King Red Lines, and on their account details it says imminent, 1 day imminent shipping, but you guys have been waiting for like a week. And obviously we got in touch with the UK warehouse, and I believe you made a post about that.
Yeah, I do
because,
apologise that it's just there was a little bit taken aback by the size of the box and the processing time involved with that, because the original courier
Yeah.
couldn't be used. We had to scramble to find another one, and so it's quite a different system,
So
not a usual thing.
Sonny knows about that, and we also updated the information on the website to actually, in your account, to say 3 to 5 days, because obviously we can update that information really quickly on our website, but logistically the UK warehouse needs an extra time to sort that process. And I believe Sonny has told me that UK shipment has already been done early this morning today. The rest of the Europe should get your products within like early next week, Monday to Wednesday time. Right. So that's kind of the shipping stuff sorted out. And then obviously you just mentioned, we found out yesterday the Trello calendar has been updated with regards to SIF. Now that's been pushed to November. Yeah.
Well, yes.
You anything to add to that?
Well, again, with regards to SIF, it has been a long process, and I actually feel for the guys. Obviously our guys come first in terms of on the website, but
Sure.
there's a bunch of wholesale orders as well that needs to go through the process as well, which will be pushed. It's like a choo-choo train. You can't. The first bit comes out and then the second one, etc., etc. Yeah, it's been definitely a slow process, but it's we got to make sure that it's perfect. There were definitely a few things that could have been done more efficiently, and for sure we should have had those die-cast swords done way earlier.
Yeah.
As an example, right? And we shouldn't be at this stage. We should have been having that at least 3 weeks ago, and that way things would have been a slightly more coordinated. But we are definitely making.
Just finish
We'll
off.
definitely be making. We are identifying this, and we're finding that our planning, when we have a resin statue, Chocks, boom, casting, boom, take it out, paint that shit up, assemble that. Boom, off you go.
But now there's more items in play.
SIF exclusive is mental. It has all the resin stuff.
Yeah.
Die-cast swords.
Yeah.
The ring.
Yeah.
The art print.
The art print.
All these things, unfortunately, have different lead times and different times of when they get approved in terms of, well, not really approved, but how to say it.
Well,
We're
same
definitely
thing. And the packaging, everything. So
Sure,
I can see
sure.
I can see every item. They have to align themselves.
Basically, we should have started it earlier,
Right.
and that's on us.
Yeah.
And we're working towards that. Definitely, if it was just resin, boom, we know the process is very straightforward. But with all the extra things, we definitely should have started those die-cast swords 3 weeks earlier, as an example, right? Obviously, you need time for you go through the molds and all that sort of stuff, and
Well, it's still the part of that the
and
structuring phase where some areas of the company has been sorted out. For example, the website, kind of the CS as well. We went through these different phases. So the production side, we've increased.
So we got
members.
Charles.
Yep.
He's been working really hard in the Hong Kong team, but he's one dude, and basically he's got himself a mini Charles. So her name is Rachel, who will be starting in the middle of September, and she'll be working out of the China office, and that's going to basically help more for coordination and being more the one to oversee and see that, have these things started off, and then remind Charles to make sure, almost like his PA, to say, hey, have you checked this in? Make sure that we start that out, all that sort of stuff. So,
as you guys know, these last couple of months, you might have think, how come this thing's been pushed back a week, pushed back a month? There's that slight delay. I mean, obviously, being in this industry, you all know that, hey, 1 month delay, 2 month delay is normal. But obviously, we want to make sure that the estimated time that we set is
Yeah.
always the time that we want to achieve.
Yeah.
And we totally identified what's going on in the production side of things. So we definitely now focus on making sure that production side is up to scratch. So everything is all catching up, with the front end, the CS, the website. So
Michael Lai says hire him. 你的普通话怎么样?
Yeah, so that's one aspect, you guys, that we want to let you guys know that SIF is delayed because of that.
Yeah.
And hopefully things will catch up. Then
We'll keep you guys always in the
Yeah.
loop. Always in the loop. Herschel Frank is loving the die-cast swords. He's a fan of miniature swords, yeah. So why don't you buy yourself an exclusive version of Sif, give that Sif to somebody else to keep the die-cast swords. Oh, what is up, Herschel? And
I just want to give a quick shout out to George from Marvelous Statues. He just joined the stream, so
thanks very much.
I hope you're safe as well, because I believe the storm. I remember watching a video like yesterday or day before saying something about the storm or might be coming your way as well. So you might be losing some power. Apparently, electricity power.
So if you guys haven't checked it out, go and check out George's channel. It is Marvelous Statues. You can find them on Facebook. He has a YouTube channel. I strongly recommend you guys hit that up in terms of subscribe to his channel.
Yeah, so
Loads
he's
of,
got a hurricane coming. So be safe.
Absolutely. And in terms of other guys, we want to, in the industry, in the sort of collecting community, we give a shout out to Collectiverse, who is now 8 days old, Chinese for 8. So congratulations, who launched on the 1st of September, as you know, literally a week ago. So hopefully we've got Johnny Walther, we've got Rick Shaw, and Richard, can't remember his last name, who I sort of noticed was part of the Collectiverse.
Right. Okay.
Hopefully the site has been what you wanted. It's been, in terms of the response that you got. I saw obviously a lot of hard work has gone into it. Of course, you need the critical mass to make it into something. So hopefully that does well for you guys, and you get the response. You've got the response you hoped after 8 days. But anyways, what we can do is, if you guys have got some pictures of your F4F in hands, please go onto their site, collectiverse.com. and go under, the places where you can upload your collection and put it under our
Just upload
section.
it everywhere, yeah? Just look
as well.
Upload the F4F pictures on every single place you can find.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Spam them. But so besides from that, two other things that's been requested on a daily basis, and we did mention that we will update every single week, is Various Suit and Majora's Mask. So whether there's any update
or not,
we will mention about it every week until everything's back on track.
Right. So I'll hit that one up. Majora's Mask.
Hello, Kanako. Whilst I get my drink.
What is up, Chaggy? Thank you very much for joining. Has Harvey gone to sleep? Let me know in the comments. How's it going? Indeed. So in terms of Majora's Mask, there is still no updates in regards to that. That is still with Nintendo. But my understanding is that it's going to be quite. We can appreciate that the Zelda team is hard at work at the DLC for next year, or end of Christmas time.
Q4, I believe,
yeah, for Christmas. Yeah. So that is I think that's the reason why it's been quite.
I'm sure they're busy
slow.
themselves. Yeah, I can appreciate from both sides, because being in the game development community back in the day, man, it's tough.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's tough.
In terms of Various Suit, that we said last week is with us, and I believe the changes of that is going to be, what did Charles say? Probably about a week or so, maybe week and a half before we can resubmit it. Fortunately, very small changes makes a complete recast and remold and repaint.
Yeah.
Even no matter how small it is.
So.
I just want to see if Kanako replied.
What is he? Kanako replied.
Whether or not
What was your question? Harvey's in bed.
Whether or not Harvey is in. And no, she hasn't. Denied by my wife. What is up, Chags? So in terms of those are the sort of non-updates for the week. So we do apologise that we don't have anything to say. So that's Majora's Mask and Various Suit weekly updates. And that's the warehouse shipping info update. And also, I believe Brenda sent out emails today with regards to the Crash PVC.
with saying, hey, it's already done.
Yeah.
It's coming out early October, so expect final payments for the Crash PVC, and thank you for being patient about that, because I remember people were saying, oh, how come this was out in retailers before you guys, and obviously we have to make sure that we can fit enough items in a container and then ship that out. So hopefully you guys will really enjoy unboxing that exclusive version of Crash.
Absolutely.
Come October time. I love it. The box is like really heavy, nice and sturdy, so hopefully it's a good addition.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We got Tabitha, who says, wow, I actually made it to one of these streams. You still go straight to bed after a 10-hour shift. Thank you very much for hanging out with us instead of going to bed. And we have what do we have? Who did I see? Just Mike Beechcroft's just joined. What is going on? We have Samantha Turner in the house. Yo. So,
and emails for Fighter Kirby went out today.
Cool.
Awesome.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hussein, that's a new name. How's it going? Thank you very much for joining. How do you pronounce your last name? How's it going?
Sorry if we messed up your name.
Shaf Sirius is saying my oolong tea does not look quite appetizing.
Ooh, I've been seeing Shaf Sirius quite a lot lately.
All I would say is
happy, unhappy, happy, unhappy. Ooh,
with regards to Snake.
Yeah, not in the club, but out of the club.
Let us know.
You guys have been keeping me busy outside the club.
Yeah, Chocks has been keeping an eye.
Man, you guys are harsh, but you know what? Walk in the park. I'm just kidding, guys. But
basically, that means we're used to insults. Indeedy. So, Shaft is indeed.
Yes,
indeed.
Very
serious. So, moving on, I saw Taron was asking about Fierce Deity Link version 2. With regards to we can't even get Majora's Mask across the line, the last thing I'm going to be doing is hitting Nintendo up for any new concepts at this stage. However, we do have a scheduled meeting with them in October, and there we will be presenting future possible line plans, which we will go over next week about our wish list.
All right.
In terms of what will go on there, and when we review it, of course, we always will pay attention to what's going on, and of course, Fierce Deity Link version 2 is a possibility. We want to see sort of what else and put our minds to think about what else.
Like next week, let's just create a post and say, guys, Nintendo, what's your wish list?
Ooh.
There you go.
Check it out. And that's the reason why we did Donkey Kong this week for the TT as a sort of like a mini sort of focus on that. And, sort of moving on to see what's going on with that. We got the Law in the house. What is going on, Matthew? Thank you for joining us.
Do you like your new badge?
Indeed. He says he can't see the comments.
Can't see his comments.
Yeah. So, absolutely, yes, we will be next week doing a Nintendo wish list. So it will be easier to...
That's right, Brendan.
To, what's the word? Show and document what people want to see. Yeah. So there's maximum impact for each product that we make. That's the point. Because resources with Nintendo is very scarce. It means that every single thing that needs to be, boom, really massive high impact.
That's right. Hit me up, Nintendo.
What is up? Errol Kid. So yeah, absolutely. Matthew's already shouting out all the Metroid stuff. Absolutely. But of course, we have an internal admin, poll going on. Of course, we can run by that. That takes more precedent, right? Right, Law? All right. Is it time to review
the week?
Snake.
You want to do Snake first, yeah?
I believe it makes sense because it was the first thing we did after last Friday.
Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Damn.
So,
First of all, apologies for the whole thing, right? It's a bit...
It's been a roller coaster.
Yeah.
This information this week, that's coming out next week.
We've been busy trying to... Whatever new information we had, we've been just... posting that everywhere at the pin post, on the main page, newsletter, in and outside the club. Hopefully that, got fed out there in the world. So hopefully it wasn't too bad.
Mikolaj, yes, there will be Feeding Frenzy afterwards. And just want to give a shout out to Rick Shaw. Again, this is what we said earlier in the stream. check out the Collectorverse. Make sure you check out our page on the Collectorverse in particular, of course, and upload any in-hand pictures that you have of your F4F collection, and let's support Collectorverse and get the word out there. Hopefully they can
we heard your opinion as well, Rick. You weren't like it, you didn't like it, you liked it, you didn't like it, and hopefully
who are you talking about?
To Rick Shaw about Snake.
Oh well, sure, that's a separate thing.
That's a separate thing, yeah.
I'm
but
just giving him a shout out for his for the Collectorverse.
Okay.
The Collectorverse, but indeed. Oh, it's Richard Melbourne, that's it. I knew it was another Richard. So the guys I know in the club, so shout out to Richard Melbourne, Rick Shaw, and Johnny Walther, in terms of the main 3 boys that I know of that's in the club for the Collectorverse. And hopefully that turns into what you want it to, gets that critical mass.
So it takes 3 guys.
I think there's more.
There's got to be more, yeah, I'm sure there's more.
I just mean in our club.
Yeah.
Just mean in our club.
Only 3 guys?
He's working on our new company template as we speak. That's what I like to hear. Looking forward to it. So, let us talk about Snake and review what happened. We launched it, and after a lot of people's initial reactions, it went from, oh, that's really cool, to that. And I think everyone collectively went... So what we, the difficulty whenever we do anything is to focus on maximum impact and what we can do, and try to filter out all the comments and see what it is and then what we agree with.
Sure.
Sometimes it's an aesthetic choice. Black base Spyro, Nanase. It's an aesthetic choice, and therefore no one's opinion is any stronger than others. And once it's an aesthetic choice, it's not really something that you can argue for or against, because it's an aesthetics choice. When it comes to accuracy, I'm far more focused in on that. So when I saw a plethora of different comments all coming out, I'm really focusing on what should have been really done. And I've got to put my hand up and say, that's actually on us, on me. Because I have the final say that it should have been spotted, and it should have. When we go back over the, people's valid concerns, and every single thing that we put up, we believe made it better. We'll go through each one individually.
I read all of them. No, well, I can't say all of them. I've read.
Oh sure, no,
all the good ones, all the bad ones, and
and the rest of the bad ones, and even more of the bad.
I mean, I know what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like the topic of the weekend, right? So I can totally understand that. One thing I really didn't want to see was that people were fighting against each other, because it kind of split the whole community. Yeah,
you could almost call it hardcore versus not hardcore fans of Metal Gear Solid, and there was definitely a lot of,
because everyone's saying I'm the #1 fan, I'm the best, I'm always right, and
the difficulty on that, again, it comes to an aesthetic opinion on what the face looks like. It's much harder to do that when the concept for that is based on a low resolution.
Sure, and everybody started playing Snake at different phases. Some people might have played from the start on the NES, or even on the 3rd game or the 4th game.
Right.
And some people agreed that let's keep it as accurate as possible, but some people prefer it. Hey, it's company's choice. It's an artistic kind of take on it. We shouldn't listen to the fans.
Right.
We totally hear both sides, and as I always say, we try and find a perfect balance in the middle. And we listen to your fans, but at the same time, we also have to respect the licensor and listen to that, because if there's no licensor that gives us the option to do Snake, there won't be a statue of Snake.
Indeed, Mike Beechcroft, why are you missing out on day one now? Let us know in the comments. So Jerome says he was a loser who started on Snake Eater.
Oh wow, there's no loser, right?
No, absolutely not. So the weekend, well, not even the weekend, the first day, the first hour after the stream went over, what time did we go back to bed? 5 a.m.
I didn't go to bed at
I mean, at least got home. 5 a.m.
Got home at 5, and then we
got home at 5 a.m. And then, because we finished the stream around about 1.
Right.
4 hours of just looking at what the comments were, and trying to filter that.
Yeah.
Taking the most, and that's the difficulty, the noise, and trying to filter that to find out which one we totally agree with. And I said, it's on us that we shouldn't have got it to this stage. But, what we can do is react in a way. There's no room for egos when it comes to this sort of thing. When you are in charge of a property that someone is incredibly passionate about, and they're telling us this, that, and that, you have to listen. There's no room for egos. There's not, this is the way it's going to be, take it or leave it. It's that attitude. There is no way that you can have that in this industry, I believe. I certainly am not here. And you know what, Chocks? It might be because I've been doing this for so long, since 2003. And it's always been about focusing on that product. So if someone comes back with a reasonable suggestion that they're passionate about, I got to sort of look into that. There's no place for egos. It's not about oh, this is the way it's going to be. It was for the highway. So it was trying to. So once you have that mindset, it's now really being receptive to getting all the feedback, and then it's all going in my head. I'm thinking, okay, what is it that really needs to be focused on? And I went, let's go for the low-hanging fruit first. What could we do literally tomorrow? And the first thing that we tackled was over the weekend. The first thing I tackled was the paint changes, and I agree. Of course, before it was too grey on the arms, on the legs, and it needed to have that slightly bluer hint on the. Can I actually put this up?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's seen the pictures anyway. The comparison between the original,
bring it in a little
the
bit
original Snake,
yeah,
the promo pictures,
right?
And then there was like 5 changes that was listed out. Actually, if you guys go to the website, you can see one of the pictures posted in the product page where it'll highlight all those 5 different changes, like the bullet hose, adding snow effects,
right?
The paint scheme. What else was there? There's another 2 as well.
So the paint scheme. Let's just talk about the arms, the legs.
Yep.
The shoulder pads,
yep.
or the shoulder armor,
yep.
or the whole armor of the upper chest, making it that little bit more blue hue instead of the grey. And that was really what we were focused on. That was the easiest, lowest hanging fruit of all the feedback.
That was just a quick mock-up because that was done on a Friday.
It's on my Saturday morning.
Your Saturday morning, yeah. That was posted like in the morning, so that was a quick mock-up. So like I saw people saying the bullets are too dark. Or
that was just me being terrible Photoshop.
Doesn't look natural. So we'll definitely make sure that when that's been done,
that I have confidence with that. Absolute confidence. Yeah. It's just some terrible Photoshop I did. But the point being that it was important to get all that information over that Friday night. Then on Saturday, start filtering it into low-hanging fruit. I knew it was going to be a multi-step process, and I knew I had to haul ass and get it ready on Konami's desk on Monday. That was what I did, and I worked very, very closely with Tushank with regards to with Tool, who I work closely with and collaborate in terms of some of the aesthetics and some of the comments with regards to it was making the head. And that was something that we were working on. I never mentioned in any of these changes about the additional head. Of course, obviously, spoiler alert, it's coming. But the first thing I did was color change.
Yep.
Because low-ass hanging fruit. Even I can do that. I did that myself in Photoshop. Boom, 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 boom. It's out in Shadow Moses. It's cold. Put some snow on it. Boom, 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 boom. Done. That's what we put up first.
Yeah.
Then the next thing was back in the 3D.
Yeah.
Now, what is people saying? Metal Gear Solid has no mullet, and it's confirmed. It's agreed. And those that say he looks better with mullet, let's talk about Metal Gear Solid 2 and onwards. But MGS 1, no mullet. So that was a really quick tweak in terms of make that head change for the back of the mullet and thin out the arms slightly. Now, I could agree that there was... And some people are like, okay, but also you need to do the legs as well. And I slightly disagree. The legs are puffy. There's a bit of material there. It's not like skin tight, whereas it is skin tight with the arms. So I reduced that very, very slightly, and that was part of the changes of the second round of changes. And included with that second one was the change to the gun, the SOCOM gun.
Yeah.
Now, again, this was not on Konami's desk, because that is something that is to be done on the Monday. Right now we're still on Sunday. And in the meantime
Monday,
let's give a shout out to Nanase, who was talking about the green version, the neon green version of the stealth camouflage version. And you know, shout out to Nanase on that. He did a mock-up, and there was a lot of traffic in that mock-up.
And there's a lot of people agreeing and disagreeing as well. Because,
Then I ran a poll,
Yeah.
and it said, who wants to have the neon green? Who wants to have the regular green? You know, the blue
I
version.
think we
or
had.
the OG
I
one.
think we had this conversation internally before
We
as
did.
well, because we said, hey, you know, because
when you bring out the gun, do you remember you can like see flashes of green and all that sort of
it was like green, it's like bright green, and we mentioned about this as well. But again, it's all like, hey, it can go both ways. I mean, sure, I mean, you can have it there, have it as an option with this version, but some people say, and I think we also said that if we're going to neon green, why don't we just use exactly Metal Gear Solid 1 poly version of Snake? So you know, the blurred out face and the poly, and then offer a bright green version. So, but you guys wanted a neon green, you know, we slapped that in as well. So
let me just give a quick shout out to Johnny DeJesus. Yes, we actually did reduce the forearm length. When we made the arms smaller, it was even more exacerbated by the fact that the arms were thinner, and it made the length of the forearms even longer, seem that much longer. So we shaved that down a little bit. So if you look at the most recent render with the new face and you see the arms, you'll see, I don't know if it's a good angle to see it, maybe not. It is absolutely, yes, indeed, a little bit shorter. And a shout out to Richard Melbourne, who's saying, you know, the fact that we listen is refreshing, but doesn't want to see it happening all the time. And we agree. It's on us. And let's be clear on what that is, right? So a lot of people have joined, sort of discovered us as a result of Metal Gear, which was fantastic. It's what we wanted. And those people have a very, how should I say it, will want their opinion heard very, very quickly, because that's what they've come in and they were trying to express it, their disappointment, whatever it may be. And something like Metal Gear, if you compare it to Spyro, it was much easier for Spyro because there was one, if it doesn't look like that cover, forget about it. Whereas the source material that Shinkawa-san does of the 2D artwork, and obviously the actual video game itself of the original OG MGS, is really, really not clear. You can look at it and have a completely different impression in your mind compared to what I have in my mind. So that was the basic point. And so it became, much more subject to interpretation. There is no interpretation when it comes to Spyro. It either looks like him or it doesn't. And there's no interpretation. There's no way that I can argue that it looks like Spyro if it doesn't. Whereas there is degrees when it comes to Snake. And that was the issue. And of course, we clearly made the degree too far to what most people didn't want to see. So going back on, so I just want to give a shout out about that, but going back in terms of the changes for Snake, as you said, the neon thing was something that Nanase championed, and I took that on board and ran the poll, and most people said they wanted the neon green. But also you had the people who said they liked the original. Ultimately, we'll come back to that in a minute. Over the weekend, on Monday, I made the decision the moment I found out that it was a bank holiday or a labor holiday in America. It basically, we had hoped that the first thing on Monday morning I was going to do was call up Konami and say, yo, what is up? We do apologize, but there is a big cluster going on, and hopefully get provisional changes approved based on A, B, C, D. And at this stage, I had already made the revised head, which people have now seen. That was all done, working really hard in the background over the weekend. No one knew about it because that was something that we had to get at least some initial approval on. You guys would absolutely massacre us if we had shown that. You guys liked it, and then it was denied by Konami. Would have been a huge, huge boo-boo. So I was not willing to do that. And as a result, I said, that's not, because of that, we're going to stop the launch and we're going to delay it. Because the last thing I want people to do is order it based on what may be approved versus not. And find out afterwards that it wasn't approved, and then be cancelling as a result. That's not what I want to happen. So it's absolutely important that we didn't launch there. So, Tuesday, of course, we said that wasn't happening and no launch. But that Tuesday morning, straight away on the phone to Konami, first thing. And the following day, on Wednesday, we hear back in terms of the head. And that is when I said, snake, 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 here's a new head. And of course, it's not new head in terms of replacement.
Yeah.
It's an addition. And that is what we wanted to do. No additional charge to anybody. If you're a fan of the old head, don't worry. We're going to remove the mullet, but that's just to keep it within accuracy of the game. But when it comes to aesthetic choice, you have that choice. You can display it with the old G head, or you can display it with the new head. No additional charge. Each pack will come with that additional head. So I can say, yes, Joel, conceptually, the changes that we've listed have been approved. The one change that has not been approved at this stage is any changes to the gun, but we have not given up hope on that. But when we talk about the launch for Tuesday, of course, if we have updates today, tomorrow, etc., that would be great. But I purposely did not mention anything about the gun in those product page updates because I cannot tell you with 100% clarity that it will have it.
Even now, the product description, because this was like literally hours ago that the website was updated with those new images, and in the top right corner you can see the text saying
yes, Nana say
approved changes.
Yeah.
But the text description that needs to be updated. So what Alex said with the approved additional head, that needs to be updated for each product page as well. And for the neon green product, like stealth combo and the stealth camouflage neon packs, that description page needs to be updated as well to reflect the new changes.
Right.
Yeah.
And in regards to who was saying something about yes, Nana say the irregular version will also come with the additional head. Absolutely right.
The regular version will come with the previous snake minus the mullet and the new let's call it younger snake. So
indeed. And yes, law, it's a rights issue that it's not that they're saying no, it's just that they have to have legal come back on that. Seb says I'm drinking too much Jack Daniels. Chris Fitzpatrick, no mullet head. Yes, the face, but no mullet. The head will be updated just with the removal of the.
Yeah, because I believe when we did the documentary and when we launched when we reviewed the statue, a lot of people were thinking Metal Gear Solid 1, but they had no idea that the actual 3D file that was given to us was based on the Legacy collection.
Yeah.
So
Brian is talking about Riala and Ica. Both of them have already been. Riala is actually at the physical stage and painted, but that will go through a TT.
And there's already a Ica TT as well, so do check that out.
Yeah, I had actually thought Knights' sales were worse than Vice.
Knights' sales were worse than Vice, alright.
Ica's TT must be better than Riala's, which is worrying, my opinion.
Right.
Difference being is when we do that TT, it's painted.
Mm-hmm.
It's a prototype. It's physical. Let's see how that does, whether or not people actually want it.
Sure.
Yeah. So, where are we at? So that really is the changes. So whilst we're talking about them, I'm just going to bring them up and just, again, talk about them on the slideshow. And we go to 28 seconds for each one. Just
yeah. Okay.
Okay, here we go. We're just going to look into what we've been talking about. And let's see if that.
Oh yeah,
appears,
the.
So this is the approved additional head chocks. It has a bit more of a younger look to it.
Yeah.
But still not to the point where it looks too old. You could, too young, because you have some sort of. It was important to sort of focus in on the eye, in terms of the wrinkles. Now, if you look at the forearms on this, Johnny DeJesus in particular, you can see actually the forearm length has been slightly reduced, and of course you get a good view of the head as an overall shape, proportion, and in terms of the elbows, the arms being slightly thinner as well. And actually, I purposefully don't show the gun in full because it is at this stage nothing has been confirmed in regards to that. And this is the low-hanging fruit of the color changes. You have the arms that are slightly bluer, you have the legs that are slightly bluer, and the upper torso darkened bullet holes. The snow effect on the ground, and slightly tweaking. Now, actually, this version is incorrect when it comes to the tweaks of the elbows and elbow pads and knee pads. It's a little bit too yellow, and it's actually going to be a bit more towards the blue side.
Yeah.
So don't worry with regards to that being incorrect. And this is a shout out to Ananase, who actually made this one in neon green. Nice Photoshop skills. What is going on? And this was the result of that, and that is something that obviously we've been working on, and we showed an initial picture of what that might look like. We're working on that at the moment.
And there was also a picture of the new painted color as well, color scheme, the blue.
Yeah.
Tint.
So of course, when it comes to the combo pack, you now have the option to actually order one with stealth camouflage neon or stealth camouflage original blue. And here in this example it's a green one, so there's an additional.
Yeah, well, let's not call it original blue, because there's been
people seen it.
There's been some confusion during the week that some people say
it looks like
completely clear,
Yeah.
and then some says, oh, it looks blue, and then some says green,
Yeah.
and then we posted some pictures in the club from natural lighting, and actually it does look like green. So different angles, different lighting will have that effect. So think of it as a Coca-Cola bottle that has that kind of how do we call it, like that kind of glass effect, that blue effect, green effect, sorry.
And let's give Nanase a shout out with regards to being the one to champion the neon version. Chocks, would you please go ahead and give Nanase 5,000 points? Give him a nice 5,000 points to say thank you very much appreciated in terms for doing that mock-up and helping shape the company direction. So where we at? Hey, we got Bang in the house. What is going on, mate? How is it going in Las Vegas? So that was basically a sort of a slideshow of the changes that we've been working on, and that was a very, very busy week with regards to Snake. And it's as I said, there's still one last thing that is on my wish list. Oh, there's one more thing. The ammo box will come with a stripe of a bit more detail in it, a strip of orange.
Well, that's also
orange, strip of orange. It will definitely have some sort of orange colors in there, right? Mm-hmm. Basically, the ammo box will have additional details on the top, some orange accents here and there, with some, so basically that will be added to it. We haven't actually added a picture on that, but it's in the description, and we'll come back as we go into the physical for that. So with regards to can we do pre-orders on the 22nd? Sorry, Mike. Why can't you do on the 12th? What is up, Billy Ogle? We were thinking of actually not starting the stream until you joined us, but glad you joined us now. So when it came to the week in review with regards to Snake, there was just that one last thing that I know it's kind of important. Of course, it's very important, and we have nothing to update with you guys on that. So at this moment, going forwards, Snake will be available for 3 days only, and that will be up until we do a remaining 11-day launch after we're at the physical changes. So all those changes that you've seen that we've been working on, we now need to go back and reprint the 3D, go back and recasting. It's a lot of work is involved in making those changes. So that's what we'll be doing now, between now and the next launch. In the middle of that, though, Chocks, there will be New York Comic Con. We'll have more comments about that, and we will be opening it up for New York Comic Con attendees only.
Yeah,
for them to have a chance. We'll talk about more.
We'll talk about that later. There's too much information right now. It's like confusing.
On Tuesday.
Yeah. So the upcoming launch for the current Snake right now will be on the 12th. Tuesday, so we will be doing a live stream as well, as always, so 10 p.m. Hong Kong time, and then 11 p.m. launch, and that will be launched for 3 days, because obviously the combo edition will only last for 3 days, and then the pre-order will stop. And one important thing is that there will be no wait lists at this phase.
Yeah.
Because previously Alex made a post about this entire snake launch will be split into 3 launches. One for this upcoming Tuesday, one for NYCC, and one for later, once we've
got the physical changes.
Made all the physical changes. So if you missed out on the... obviously we're having the Friday Q&A next Friday. We will close out pre-orders on that Friday, and there will be no wait list then. So if you want to get your low numbers there, make sure you pre-order during those 3 days. But if you miss out or you can't make it for those 3 days, there's actually another launch later on.
Yeah. Mike, why don't you? Don't forget, it's just the 10% deposit is all you need for the launch. Just in case you didn't know that, Mike.
Mike, do check out the pin post in the Collectors Club. That will highlight all the shipping costs, the flexi payment plan cost as well. So, go there, check it out, read up all the information, and then come back on Tuesday and pre-order.
Boom. That, my friends, is enough about Snake for now. Let's carry on. And, of course, with regards to the remaining changes, we will obviously keep you guys posted. All right. So, we did a Castlevania. So, you like Castlevania, do you? And that was a sneak peek, and people thought that was, pretty psychotic, because it is indeed. Psycho Mantis will be coming up in the next in the line of the Metal Gear line, and that was a very memorable boss battle. So I really look forward to showcasing that, and he's looking very sweet, and you guys can't bitch about his head. Because he's wearing a mask. But opposed
they'll find something to bitch about, yeah. Always.
I'm not going to try and argue against you on that one. And, so that was something, that was a sneak peek with regards to MGS. Then we talked a little bit about Aku Aku and the eye update. You said it looked like a cantaloupe or,
melon.
Melon.
Japanese melon, the expensive
Cantaloupe,
ones.
also known as honeydew melon.
Yeah.
And whether or not we should launch Aku Aku Mask or Crash Resin first. We had discussed about this last Friday around the poll, and Aku Aku Mask Life-Size Resin has said that their people want to lead with that.
Yeah.
Now that's interesting. People were like, no, but Crash Resin will bring more people in. I would agree, but also if we hadn't have launched Crash PVC. Do you see what I'm saying? Because we launched Crash PVC, a lot of Crash fans have joined the club as a result.
Yeah.
So hopefully that will, especially with Crash entering the marketplace soon. Yeah. So by the time that they enter the marketplace,
October time.
By the time that we launch it for pre-order, there will be enough people that know about it, hopefully, in the club. Okay, so where are we at? Okami.
Yep, Okami.
Shrenui updates. That is looking tight. There was some issues with the reflector being too high. Now we've got it lower down. It's looking tight, looking good. And now it's time to get that casting, adding the functionality, painting it up. And that's looking like Q1 next year. Okay?
Yeah.
We did an impossible hint. Those that were very quick off the mark will have noticed it was indeed Mimic's tongue. It was a kind of reddish, kind of dark reddish kind of color with a little bit of gloss added to it, looking nice and
somebody that had a grudge against us called it a close-up of the lady parts.
Who was that?
I don't want to name names. I can't remember the name anyway. There's so had a grudge against us.
Indeed, and we also had a a little video of the two heads of Sif, and this is so this is actually just being shaved off. It's not actually like this because it actually comes up as one part, right? It was just to send to me to make sure I was happy with the eye placement of the of the eyes, which is looking really sort of really sort of, if I'm gonna fix it, sort of burning into your soul. Look at that. So look into that. And I had a comment which was basically saying that the eye needed to have, right now the factory had only added gloss to the yellow part. It needed to add gloss to the the entire oval shape, including the blacks. So that's what I was saw. And of course, when you have two of these things appear on your desk, Chocks, it comes on when it appears on my desk, that obviously that leads to
At least
videos.
to a Sif, large size Sif bust. Yeah.
That's quite cute, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's better than that? 2. Oh shit! Fuck, I almost dropped that shit. Right. Indeed. Where are we at? Kirby. Metal. Fighter Kirby photos. It's Photo Kirby production video.
Yeah,
Pictures.
there's quite a lot of pictures of the base.
Yeah, you know, that's
base,
coming along.
The
It's sort
flame
of,
effects.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, you know, it was mentioned that an email was sent out with regards to Fighter Kirby anyway.
Fantastic, yes.
Yeah,
That's sort of going through the production process, quite straightforward. And yeah, so that was Fighter Kirby. So Fighter Kirby, in terms of actual Warp Star Kirby, there's been no updates just yet. We always knew that HAL was going to be pretty slow.
Yeah.
They said that they were busy, so we just have to wait for that. And we got obviously Sif with the head fight off, the base painting. You saw how we apply the base painting. You do a streak of black across the words.
Yeah.
Which says F4F is love, F4F is life on the base, translation. And then you wipe off the excess, because the darkening of the watery material of the paint goes into the recesses of the grooves, yeah?
Yep.
Once you wipe it off, it leaves the surface cleaned off,
Sure.
but the darkening on the inside, and that's what you call a wash, and that basically is how you paint something like that. And that is, how do I say it? Pretty straightforward on how to do that. So people weren't sure when I did it, one line, it hadn't been wiped off to see, what happens with that.
Right.
James Beddington says any anime LSB updates, that will be starting up production relatively soon, because it's now, we did give a year, no.
I believe it's a Q1.
It was a 9-month plan.
Something, yeah.
Was it 10? No, it was a 10-month plan.
10-month plan.
10-month plan. So now it's time to start that up. So we've already given the PO with the factory already. Where are we at? We are on Sif the die-cast swords, yeah.
Die-cast swords today, and then...
So some Spyro news. There's been a ton of Sparks action going on. That was including the dragon egg, and basically nailing down that. What was the size? Changing the proportions.
The shape, the pattern, the scales on the actual egg surface.
Most people now actually like that, so we're now working on Sparks and sort of working on the mechanics of that, and that's coming along very, very nicely.
Yep.
Now let's talk about the Crystal Dragon, which is the next in the classic Spyro range. So obviously classic Spyro was first, next will be the Crystal Dragon, and that is looking really, really nice. So we posted 2 things. One was a close-up of the upper body, of the head, and people were liking the angular look. It's obviously in grey right now. Some people even thought it was a render. Not correct, it's actually a physical. And the other one is, yes I did, and the other one...
You did?
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Is it alright?
No. That's a random thing to ask me right now.
I know, I just came out of my head.
For the week in review, yeah?
No.
For
the week in review, yeah.
And then the Crystal Dragon side-by-side comparison. Obviously, the picture of Spyro next to the Campbell soup
Next to the
is the
tomato
same as the Crystal Dragon. You can really see the actual width of the base is pretty crazy. And actually, I reduced the size of that to make it not so
wide.
So wide, and it's already really, really wide. You're going to need to have quite a significant sort of space for the base actual placement. So that was something that we looked into and wanted to make sure that it was to scale. And when we showed it to the people, obviously it was blurred out, but we could get a better idea of the height. And yes, it's not exactly the same scale as the actual one in the game. Compared to Spyro, that would be even more ginormous, and it's already towering over 50 centimeters.
And we already had a poll.
We did.
With
we absolutely did. Yeah.
The scale of that. Is that right?
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Hey Ashley, what happened? Ashley Pace, what happened with the robber? Did you catch him and tell him about the Collectors Club? Shout out to the Dangalangs. We've got Sav asking where the Dangalangs at. If you're a Dark Souls fan, go check out Sav's, his group of Dangalangs. So that was the week in review. Chocks, boom, over to you.
He did a side
for
view of Crystal.
The, yeah,
A slightly clearer image
yeah.
of that. All right then.
of
Right.
the T.
TT, last week's Persona 5, the protagonist.
Hey, Chocks,
Yo.
I have a question.
Yes.
Whilst you're working on that, and you come up with the numbers, how much would you mind
So let me.
if I get me some tea?
Hey, what?
Get me some tea.
You want your tea?
I want to get some tea.
Get some tea then.
Like hot tea.
Hot tea? Now?
Well,
It's like hot in the office and you drink hot tea.
it's nice having a little bit of hot tea.
Huh? Why? You like it?
I love it.
God, you should have.
I didn't have any time
Why just
before
bring
this
it in
week.
here?
Bring the tea maker in here.
Yeah, bring the tea maker and we'll do a tea maker live session.
During the tea, I want to do the tea during your TT. That's the point.
Yeah, triple T's.
Exactly. So, how about I just set it off the first one because it's like in two parts. I'll run over
Right.
there, come back, run over there, come back.
Yeah, alright then,
alright,
yeah.
okay.
Alright then.
Alright, cool.
That's it. That's your question.
That's what I wanted to do.
Well, anyways, so guys, for the TT number 66, the protagonist from Persona 5. What? There's already water in there. Yeah. So yeah. So right now we have 310 yeses. That's not bad. 310 yeses for Persona 5 to 237 no's. So yeah, keep that going, guys. Looking very sweet on just 2 weeks, and it's got like over 300 votes. And then for this week's TT, that will be TT 67. Donkey Kong. Let me just refresh that. And obviously, I updated the description saying that the Donkey Kong will be in scale and similar size to the Bowser. Wow, 300 and over 350 yeses.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah, about 209 no's for the
350 yeses already.
for the Donkey Kong. Yeah.
That's all right. And what was Persona? I heard that was doing all right.
Yeah, that was over 300 as well.
That's all right.
Yeah. Do it. Now I'm a fan of Persona series.
You've been talking about that for ages.
Yeah, I've been talking about
And I was
it for
like, nah, man, look at Persona 4 Arena. You're like, no, don't count.
Yeah, Persona 4 Arena don't count.
Well,
It's either
and you're
Persona-
absolutely right.
It's Persona
As in-
4 Golden and then Persona 5 as well. Yeah, I know my shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can I? No, I'm just gonna push the button. Now.
You done it?
No. As in, like, you've got to like.
Oh, that's
take
the
some
first
time
one.
to heat up. No, it's got to like.
Are you milk first or tea or tea first? So guys, are you tea first or milk first? Because we had that discussion this morning. So that's the TT. So keep on voting for the TT, guys. I believe next week. I think we promised a member last week with regards to next week's TT will be Yu Hakusho, right? You remember? Yo, you remember next week's TT? It's an anime.
Isn't it Yu Yu Hakusho?
That's right, Yu. So that will be next week's TT. We haven't had time to figure out what's going to be the next two ones, but we will keep you guys posted for the next Q&A. They're telling you to put tea in first.
Yeah, I made a mistake.
Oh, you put milk in first.
Yeah, my accident.
Sorry guys, you put milk in. Then that means you don't need to stir it, right? Yeah, he ain't got time for that anyways.
Okay, put the next one in. This is making it now.
Yeah. So he's having Alex is having fun with this new tea maker because it's a free trial for 2 weeks. So we have
Some guy
to.
walked in the office
Yeah.
and was
So
like,
for 2 weeks before they take it back, so we just got to cane through all those capsules.
because that's what they get you on the capsules. Yes.
Yeah.
And I basically, I did it like the amount of water I was supposed to use, right?
Mhm.
The first time. And I figured that I could get more value for money if I just increase the extra water. But it's going to be a bit weak.
And it's gonna weaken. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
Well, I'll let you know how it goes. And last time I went tea first, then milk, and I got milk then tea.
Right. I'm done. I'm done with my TT. My job's done.
Go home. Your job's done.
And leave you behind.
Don't do that.
Oh, you can still make the last train.
Right. Cool. So it's time for the hashtag. Last week's hashtag Chocks.
Yes, last week's hashtag was F4F the Kong. And obviously last week was like, a preview Friday, so we had quite a lot of viewers. And we had 5 winners to choose. And I managed to do that this week. The winners. So, you're playing, you got your...
I have got it ready. Got my hands ready.
Yep, so over to you.
All right, we have a Therese Guzman. Congratulations. And that's the first winner. And next one we have a Chris Hildebrand Jr. Boom! 500 war points for you. Next we have someone who begins with a B. B. It's not Bowser. It is a Blake Spade. What is going on, mate? Congratulations. I've seen him talking a lot about Snake in particular.
Really?
Yep. And we have one more person, and that is a Josh.
No, we have 2 more.
The next person is indeed a Joshua Harmon. Congratulations, Joshua. And last but not least, we have a Hector Morales. Hey, congratulations.
And I
cheers.
believe none of them are on the stream.
Let's see if anybody of those are in the stream.
Yay, Joshua.
Boom. There you go.
Congrats.
That's twice now.
Twice now.
And who says that dreams don't come true?
You don't want it?
Okay. Now it is time for this week's hashtag. Hashtag F4F. Haku. H-A-K-U. Hashtag F4F Haku. H-A-K-U. For a chance to win 500 war points. Chosen at random. At the moment, it is going to be 3 lucky winners. For a chance to win 500 war points, chosen at random by Chocks, announced next week. Hashtag F4F Haku. H-A-K-U. What is up with your stream, by the way?
What do you mean what is on my
Where am I?
Where are I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Why are you talking to yourself?
I don't know.
It's like...
Let me put that in the pinned posts. F4F. Hello. Haku.
Yeah, no, not Kaku. Haku.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I need to change that.
Yeah. Haku. You bring it to the pin post, yeah, at the top. Yep. That's it. Have we got it everywhere? Yep, let's see. Ashley's got it right. Michael Burgess in the house has got it correct. Hey, Michael, it's soon going to see you in New York. Looking forward to it, mate. Uncle Scabs as well. Let us know. Oh, Hector Morales, you in this? Did you catch that you were one of last week's winners? Congratulations.
Come on, pin it.
Tyler has said F4F milk last. Indeed. I'm not quite sure that will be picked up.
Oh, shit.
Michael Berger has just finished walking his dog. What kind of dog? Oh, it's Shiba, yeah? Michael. Wasn't it?
Right, pinned it. Because the message was going too fast, so I was like, oh man, better catch it.
Hector's first time to win. Got
So-
Turjay in the house. Yeah, beautiful. Nice one. Right. It is now time
For
my God.
the Q&A. Guys ready for the Q&A?
New window. Go into the Q&A. Are there any questions? Anybody got any questions?
There's tons of questions.
Oh, okay.
As always.
Okay.
Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Jessica. Hey, Martin John Palmer.
Martin John Palmer in the house. Loving his lucky cat Mario.
Have you noticed that?
What's that? No, he's still He's hit me up. Yeah. What is up, guys? We're going to kick off this week's Q&A for 8th of September 2017, and we're going to kick it off with Niles Schumacher. Here's just here for a shout out. Boom, shout out for you. And any news, well, that is not just a shout out because there's some questions. Any news from Nintendo about Majora's Mask? And the answer is no. Bowser, yes, we have approval, so that will be smooth. That's the first time where we're not launching this until we have approval to go into production, so it's on our schedule. And Samus, unfortunately, no. That's in our court, and we're working on that at the moment. And don't forget about that Earthworm Jim TT, guys, go check it out. Dakota Dramus is getting a shout out. Yo, Dennis Keeb, what is up? Metal Gear Solid questions. Will the third additional head of Snake be included in the X version and the stealth camouflage version? Yes, it will be, and so it will be also in the regular. And no, you do not need to choose what version. It will be coming. You do not need to make a choice. It's not your fault, it's our fault, so it's on us. We will give you the extra head. The head with the night vision goggles will remain unchanged. It will be with the shortened back of the neck with regards to, it will be the OG head with the shortened mullet. Do we need to choose whilst we order for original stealth or neon green? The answer is yes. There is a new SKU for you if you want to order it. You can choose the original stealth or the neon green version. Alex Walker, any updates on Ornstein? Yes, I had a conversation with Bandai Namco just to say what's going on with the approvals on that, and they're looking into it. Hopefully, we can get some information on that. So, until we get movement on that, there's nothing we can say. Brenton Fredili, what is the ETA on the conversion emails for King of Red Lions for the US? I would have thought that is something that would be coming up relatively soon. King of Red Lions has been in the US for about 2 weeks now. Probably actually, I say another further 2 weeks. It's usually about a month. So, yeah, that's what I would probably say for that. Mike Beechcroft.
Good luck,
Oh, yeah, indeed. How are you guys? We are well, thank you. When can we expect to hear details on Midna, and how do you have a specific date in mind for it yet? Nothing will happen with Midna until it gets approved. I'm now gun shy with getting anything up until it has final approval, and the fact that it's Zelda means it's going to be delayed because we need to. We haven't even submitted it yet to Nintendo. We will do soon, though. Eric Ramos, any progress on Alphonse? Yes, we spoke to the licensor today, and it is we're just making some tweaks to the physical on that. But physically, it's looking pretty imposing. Rani Gerards, how can a warehouse not anticipate the size of boxes? It was actually more the courier issue, that the courier wouldn't pick it up. That is usually used. I had to make a change on that. That's my understanding. Also, they are physically bigger, and it is a small operation over in the UK. It's a very personable, sort of warehouse operation, and the reality is, when he gets big shipments for us, he needs to hire people to help him deal with it. It's like 1 or 2 guys, and usually it's pretty straightforward, in and out, and it's done and turned around pretty quickly. Not so for King of Red Lions. So we do apologise to Europeans on the delay on that. Craig, won't be able to make it. Well, sorry about that. Hopefully you're watching this from YouTube or watching it after it has already ended. Yes, it's the hurricane. You best guys be very careful and safe out there. Joel Patterson, tell us how the first 24 hours were for the snake to reveal. I would love to hear from your perspective. Went through that in quite a lot of detail. Joel, I believe you're in the club as you've been watching that from the beginning. So that was indeed very intense, and very happy to sort of have navigated the landmines, and at least to the best of our ability to sort of come out the other side, sort of hopefully with what the vast majority of people wanted to see.
Yeah.
He's looking forward to the full reveal, of course, when we get the final version, and he's considering the twin snakes combo much appreciated. Thank you so much for that. And F4F is love. Much appreciated. F4F is indeed life. Adam Tiley, Majora's Mask update as always, mentioned at the beginning of the stream. And is it too soon to know how Bowser did in the blind pre-order? Well, Bowser actually did very, very well in the blind pre-order, but we want to sort of keep that information relatively because it's all smokes and mirrors when it comes to orders. We know none of these are real orders until we actually do the real launch. And people see the real size, people see the real quality of it. until people then confirm their order, there's no point in saying we have 5 million blind pre-orders when after it's revealed it goes down to like 3 and tons of cancellations. So that would be something that we want to not really sort of go into. We will just sort of cry inside. And indeed, Austin Paul, Samurai Jack, when kidding aside, I love Austin Paul. I know it takes time, appreciate it, but with so few making it, what happens now? Well, there's a priority list. Yu-Gi-Oh's up there. Yu-Gi-Oh's up there. What was it? Darksiders and Hellsing, but as mentioned last week, not so keen on that
Persona
anymore.
5, Donkey Kong.
No, those are coming up there as well.
Coming up there.
Donkey Kong is a lot less hassle than getting a new license because obviously,
sure.
So that I wouldn't quite
put that there.
In that regards to that. Alan Milton with a nice looking cute lion. Gills, a very cute bunny. Paz Maloka. Oh, what is going on? Ashley Pace. Did we find out how?
No, I don't think he answered.
Ashley, let us know how did you rugby tackle the would-be robber. Ashley Pace, I love your drop test videos. Do you plan on doing them more videos like that? The answer is absolutely. When I'm next at the factory and I'll be being pulled up for Nightmare, I believe it will be, or it might be Sif. They're all on the home stretch. There will be videos, all that sort of good stuff.
Fighter Kirby,
Every single one of them will go through the pain of the DDT. Guts is looking good, has now been submitted for approval earlier this week. I forgot to mention that. And it's looking tight, looking very nice. P.S. Super keen to pre-order Snake, need me the Twin Snake Edition. Thank you so much for your support, Ashley. It is really appreciated. Jerry Velasco, has Solid Snake been... Oh.
The most controversial
Eric's replied.
What?
Because I'm on that sentence. Eric's literally just replied.
Oh, right,
yeah,
okay.
It says, the guy jumped in his car and took off. We followed him, but he was long gone. As he was join the club! Join the official collectors club! First figures! I hope you got that in before he'd escaped. But hopefully he didn't actually steal anything. Jerry Velasco, has Solid Snake been the most controversial statue so far?
They just replied in the stream as well.
Took off real quick, scared him away, yelling, F4F is love, F4F is life. I much appreciate you spreading the love. Has it been the most controversial statue so far in my entire history? Yes.
Really?
When it comes to because it is so much more visible.
Yeah.
So what do I mean by that? Well,
the social platform.
Of course. So it's much more visible in terms of, in terms of being able to see the comments instantly. Like, who's to say that I put up a product before the days of Facebook? 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and it was like, oh, that's fucking shit. Oh, what load of crap. Yeah. But I wouldn't know about it. I wouldn't be able to react to it. Couldn't do anything about it because there's no communication on that. So in terms of Snake, with so many comments being so visible to us, the answer is, well, it feels like it's the most controversial statue for sure. Despite efforts by Nanase to try to create controversy to Spyro's base, definitely Snake was the most controversial. So, hey, we'll build up on the experience, we'll learn from it, and we'll move on, and hopefully we'll come out the other side stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you what, Chocks?
It's a walk in the park.
What doesn't kill you makes you what, Chocks?
Walk in the park.
Indeed. What doesn't kill you makes you walk in the park. That's a new song, but yay. Jake Sewell, can you guys guide us through the licensing process, even in broad strokes? It's really fascinating considering the Snake issue so far. In what respect? You get a license, you apply for a license, you get the license, you make the prototype, you send the prototype for approval through videos, pictures, whatever it may be. You then paint it in 3D, you then print it, you then paint it by making castings. You show it to them where either physically or through photos. You then go for pre-orders. You then go for manufacturing. You then go through artwork approvals. You then send it the final sample to the licensor, and as long as what we show them in the prototype stage and the final piece is the same, we're A-OK, and we're on to the next one. Sean Wiggett, when are you likely to see a first prototype of the flying Tails and Sonic diorama? This year? Working on the 3D right now. Will it be printed? And most likely, will you guys be seeing it? But hey, why not? Let's see how that progresses. Adam Tiley, how's the Shaker Slate coming along? Finished today, enough to actually show it, the prototype to Nintendo today. It's looking nice, Chocks.
Yeah.
John Agnew was watching some of the nightmare painting videos Alex has shown over the past few months. Is it like a painting tutorial for a new statue so everybody knows what paint goes where before you start? Well,
it's like everyone's trying to. Is everyone
trying to make their own company?
Is everyone trying to set up their own little company?
If you are, guys,
I've been seeing tons and tons of customizers.
Guys, I've Bagsy Chocks. He ain't going nowhere.
Everybody's got like their own,
Chocks
setting up their own studio. I know what you guys are doing.
We have an agreement, Chocks and I, that the only people that are allowed to steal them away is Red Bull, New Era, and potentially Adidas. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
So all the
Top
other guys,
3 contenders, fight it out.
Come back to him when there is a unanimous winner. So the answer is, when the factory makes the countersample based on our prototype, it's a physical one-step by layer, and that's what we talk about, the paint hits and the factory coming up with quotes based on paint hits. So, it's really a paint by number sort of thing. When you are only doing one action or two actions on a statue, you're repeating that, and that's why you have to have X amount of workers. It is a nightmare for a one person to paint it. If you're into painting, you got to do that, and then mix the paint for that one, and then do this part and do that part. With the manufacturing process, you are doing, the first thing you're doing is, the one person is adding one eye, adding another eye, painting the nose, painting the ear, and then you pass it to the next person. So, Chocks, right now you can see the black spray paint on the inner sort of lip of Sif is there, but the teeth are still the original grey colour of the base paint. Yeah.
Sure.
So I've now painted spray painted the black onto you.
Yeah.
Your job is now to start painting the white of the teeth, and then me, I'm back onto now. Again. So what I'm spraying this part here. Okay. You're done with that one, and I'll pass it back over to you. And then off you go, painting it, etc., etc. That is one hit. That is 2 hits. Each statue is different in terms of the number of hits it needs, and that is, what contributes to the pricing. Brian Byrne. Hey, Alex and Chocks, what is up? Should the third installment of Shenmue be a hit, would you consider making any new characters from the new game, or would you prefer to stick to the original? The answer is rally the fans. If people are all over it, we would be very happy to look into that.
That's right, guys. I'm a massive Shenmue fan. Hate to see it.
Ryan goes on to say, as all the other games of the chapters of the same story, it will cause any issues with continuity. Yeah, absolutely, continuity.
What?
Yeah. So no issues with continuity. Yeah. Sean Wiggett, can you consider releasing a Sega logo 3D plaque so fans can display alongside their Sonic the Hedgehog collection? We see this with a lot of other collectors out there.
Massive logo displays.
That would be kind of weird. We'd need to sort of go and ask Sega for something like that. Hey, you know what, Chocks? Why don't we run a poll? Would you guys like to see sort of sized sort of plaques that you can display alongside?
Like a new era plaque.
Have they got one?
No, I don't think so.
So then what the fuck is a new era plaque?
What they're saying is like the logo. So they want something like, if I collect Sonic statues, they want a Sega logo, official Sega logo, so they can have it displayed with their
maybe
collection.
in metal.
Or maybe it lights up.
Colours.
Like a one of the, just like acrylic.
Yeah.
Light bulbs.
Yeah. Possibly.
Yeah.
Guys, I just want to stop the Q&A right now.
Why?
It's something I wanted to talk about with regards to the week in review. We just had, we got, my partner John is in town, and my partner John is in town, and we went for dinner with him. And the topic of conversation there was actually Friday Q&As. He couldn't believe that we were doing streams for 3 hours, this sort of stuff. And the whole idea of doing these streams was
You should know, because it's afternoon time for him.
Yeah, sure, but you know what I mean. But just, to sort of really highlight that this is something we do all the time. To understand what is the point of these streams? Why do you guys hang out with us? Is it because you want to know what the news is? Is it because you want to just hang out with your F4F family in terms of people within like the community? Is it because you want to, just chill with us? You've got nothing else to do. It's to pass the time. What are the reasons that you come and watch this? We'd love to hear what you've got to say here. We will also write a poll in the club. We want to sort of see what your feedback is on that. And likewise, is it too long? Is it too short? What do you like? What can we do differently? All that sort of stuff. We would love to hear your feedback on that. It was just something that John made us sort of really think about what we were doing and wanting to always put the community first. We come second. What we need is second. What the fans want is more important. And how does that come along with these Q&As? How can we do things differently? Is it the right time? Are we starting at a great time, etc., etc.? All that sort of stuff. We would love to hear your feedback, guys. We'd love to hear your feedback. So we've got Jerome saying he wants to hang out. He likes being recognized. We've got Mohit saying F4F family activity. And, Kira, Nana saying hanging out with the F4F personalities, much appreciated. We've got Greg. Shout out to Greg, obviously, for the streams. We've got Gavir, helped pass the time, just hanging out. And I think it's more about and that's what I said. I felt it was more about of course, okay, forget about preview Fridays. That's important. That's all business, right? Yeah. That's fine. But these weekly streams, just like hanging out with, guys who, it's more about that than it is about, what could we go all corporate and just be like, oh yeah, this is the week in review. Here it is, pre-recorded, boom, upload that. Here you go, guys. That's your Friday Q&A. Yeah. Give me a list. We'll write it out. We'll read it at the time. Pre-recorded, boom, and off you go. I believe it's the interaction with the group, seeing Uncle Scabs bitch about the fact that Monster Hunter's not been done. These sort of things that we got to catch out.
Yeah, bitching about us not getting any shout-outs.
So Michael's saying he likes a little bit about the sneak peeks, a little bit of everything. Yeah. He likes seeing us talk about stuff. Also, the passion for the products, and that isn't really important as well. I agree. And going corporate is totally the wrong way. Yes, it'll be shorter, but that's not what it's about. And
it's having a bit of fun, isn't it?
It's just hanging out with everyone. And just I genuinely enjoy it, and I genuinely really like this, and it's something that's quite, how should I say it? Quite us. No bullshit, no frills, just chill, hang out with the guys. On a Friday. That's basically what's up. So, Claude says, I find these streams really cool. Not a lot of other statue companies do weekly streams, and the ones that do seem to be very corporate, whereas you guys all seem real, very funny and fun. And appreciate it. That's exactly what we're trying to go for. Adam Tiley looks forward to the streams. Much appreciated. Joining to Jesus is, for him, it's above all to get the news from the source in an organized-ish matter, previews and hanging out. So I watched a Japanese comedian, right? And I showed the skit to Kanako. Yeah. She absolutely loved it, right? Right. And she was talking about how she's Japanese, right?
Yeah, sure.
And she talked a bit about how, and this, I'm only thinking of this because Johnny DeJesus mentioned it, right? He says it was in an organized-ish matter, and she says, that she finds that she lives in the UK, right? So she's doing UK-based stuff. She's saying that she finds that having lived in the UK for 10 years, she found a very curious concept, and that is the ish concept. Right. So when she goes to her mum back in Japan, she says, oh, let's meet up at 1-ish. Her mother looks at her with absolute confusion, going, what is 1-ish? So she goes, okay, so yeah, let's meet up between 105 to 125.
Yeah.
And the mother looks at her with absolute rage and mass confusion, going, what are you talking about? And then she goes on to talk about it's really ingrained in the people who live in the UK because they are British.
Yeah.
I could absolutely love that shit. And I just,
What?
And of course, Johnny Hayes was saying that we are organised-ish.
Yeah, semi-organised.
Yeah, right. That was quite the chortle.
But you only just turned that on now.
Not turned on, it turned off.
Oh, you turned off?
It ran out of battery,
right,
so I
okay.
just gave it a bit of a boosty. Okay, guys, going back. So we will, in terms of the Q&A and all that sort of stuff, I would love to hear more about that. We'll run a poll afterwards, and we'd love to hear your feedback, and then I can go back to John and go, nanny boo boo, this is what's up. Okay.
Where do you? Don't miss any questions.
I will not miss any questions.
I think you're at Tom.
Yes.
Tom King.
Showing a picture of a cow indeed.
Yeah.
Next we have Fei Jiao Uchi. Okay. Oots. Ooch.
UCE.
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 I want all the solid snakes, but 3 versions. X, Stealth, Neon. That's too much for little old me. Can there be a deal where we get all 3 different solid snakes, but 1 base? It will be cheaper and give us collector optional display choices. No. Because you can't fit it in 1 package. And also, it doesn't make sense to have a massive single statue and only have 1 base. It just doesn't really make sense.
There's so much packaging involved as well.
Well, it's not just the packaging. It's just like, most people get upset when they can't display the additional head.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do with 2 additional massive, full bodies? So, Fei Jiao, there will be no plans to do them on 1 base.
And whilst you're talking 3 statues, are we still going to go with a triple pack?
Let's see if it comes up
Oh,
in the comments,
Okay.
and then we can answer it based on that.
right then.
If not, we can discuss it later.
Yeah.
Okay, Joey Amudio. I know you have tons of other priorities, but any chance F4F gift cards will be available by Christmas this year? Okay, so the gift cards are not easy to implement because we have a flexi-pay system. This is the problem. When you... this is the problem. Imagine you have a flexi-pay, right, Chocks? And you go for a, the way it works is we say it's, it costs $100, and every, for the next 10 months, it's $10, right? It's a 10-month plan, $10, right? Just to make it simple.
Yeah.
If we have to key in that 10 months plan equals $10, we have to key that in,
Yeah.
right? Now, the problem comes with gift cards, where if you redeem a $50 gift card and you choose a FlexiPay plan, it doesn't work. Because you've written $10. If the FlexiPay was if the gift card was, let's say, for $5, the last remaining balance payment will be $5. It can calculate the last balance, right? The problem is if you go over, you buy a gift card that goes over the final balance amount, it blows up. So it's not something that is easy to implement without making some fundamental changes to the module. So the answer is, I absolutely want to get that up and running as soon as possible, but the answer is reward points is taking precedent right now. It would be nice to get it before Christmas, to be honest with you. It would be nice. Let's see if we can get that done
It's
by
on
the
that
beginning of
list to
December.
do.
See if we can get it done by the beginning of December. Maybe we should run a poll. Would you guys be interested in gift cards?
Of course they will. Easy. Doesn't need a poll for that. Of course they will. Giving more options is always a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Just whether it can get it to work.
Denise Kip, please put red logos with fragiles on all sides for future shipping boxes. Speak to Sandy about can we get that added to the carton boxes. Just get that printed, not stickers. Just get it added to it. Don't see why we couldn't. Let's do that. Sean Wiggett, would you consider producing a range of badniks from Sonic the Hedgehog? Most iconic ones, obviously being Crabmeat, Motobug, Ball Hog, Burrabot, Grounder, Caterkiller, Roller, Obernaut,
Oh.
Clucker, Soul, Turtloid, Spite, and Rexon. Well, obviously, those are the most obvious ones. For me, the most obvious one is the Motorbug.
Yeah, that's a classic one.
Actually, one of those is one that I'm looking into, and I was actually, let us know what you think, guys. One of the things we're thinking of is actually having Rexon as the thing that props up Sonic and Tails. Is the concept that, you know, shout out to the boys of, you know, Jono and Alex. In terms of, yeah.
This? Really?
To have that holding it up in a vertical diorama. Alright, so we still haven't concluded. I was waiting for Sonic Mania to go in and out to talk about how we're going to get that vertical feeling.
Easy.
Easy?
Yeah, easy. Walk in the park.
What is up, guys? Yeah, so let us know what you think. How should we get Sonic and Tails suspended in the air? I was thinking having it, you know, like connecting it to Rexon's and trying to bite them. Yeah, so like that, coming like that. Having Tails, foot like that. No, sorry, Sonic's tail like that.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the mouth. Yeah. And then here would be Sonic,
Yeah.
and then Tails would be up here. So it's like a really vertical piece. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
see what
1,
you're
2,
saying.
3. Or you sort of, you know, sort of like, and like they're just, you know, you're trying to bite them and stuff like that. Or, yeah, sort of something like that. That's what I was thinking. Austin Paul magnets does not work. If you went with gift cards, could they not be transferred into points? That would not be easy option that they hit straight into points. I think that's also a problem with points as well if you go too much. I've got to look into that.
That's just like buying reward points.
Oh, no, not talking about...
Well, it's converting, isn't it?
yeah. We're definitely not doing that. Because that's to do with the level up system. But in terms of, isn't that the same issue if you have too many reward points? Got to look into that. So if you crack it for the reward points, you crack it for this as well.
I'm not my brain's not working right
Yeah,
now.
Nana say it needs to be over lava. Of course, Rexon hangs out in the lava, and that would be a nice little light up shit going on. Just skimming over an enemy with cloud behind to hide connection.
It's easy. Easy.
A cloud behind. How? What? Sonic Cloud really did come up with Cloud from Final Fantasy with the Sonic head on there.
Awesome. Crossover.
So yeah, you know, we'll have a little more conversation about that. Let's just work
Yeah.
on the sculpt first, and we can worry about the connection a little bit later on. Alex Hughes, no questions. Just wanted to say thanks for Lucky Cat Mario. I think it's my new favorite. Much appreciated, Alex. Let us know what was your original favorite. Probably Okami, maybe. Let us know. Lesubuchi, news about the Bowser photo contest. Jocks. Well, Snake really took over precedent. That even come up Bowser this week, but I think it will. We'll
go through into that. Yeah.
So apologise for those that have entered. We will get on that.
That was what I was going to mention near towards the end.
All right, cool. Yeah, for sure. Sean Wiggett, a Sonic versus Eggman diorama scene will be ace. Hey, you know, possibly. The diorama with Sonic 25th, it gives a lot of potential for future stuff. I really like that idea. Jamie Beck, love you too. Can I have some points now, please? Hit up Chocks, see if he's feeling happy, and the answer is most likely, if you haven't caught him drinking some Red Bull, it's going to be a no-go. I want them, I need them, I can't live without them. Make sure you hang out in the club during the feeding frenzy to snag you some nice points. Sean Wiggett, how likely is it that you'll be able to obtain a Final Fantasy? Start producing Final Fantasy 7.
I should just walk up to the door and just knock on them and say, "Yo, fancy a drink of Red Bull?"
Square Enix.
Yeah. I just go straight in. Boom, front door. Boom.
Walking like this, like McGregor. Yeah. Come on, Final Fantasy 7. Let's go. Let's go. We ain't playing anymore. The answer is very unlikely. To be honest with you, I haven't tried in 8 years, but
Things might have changed. You never know.
I go, knock, knock, knock. Hi, guy. Slam the door in our face. Okay. John Doolittle, agreeing with Adam Tiley. How is the Chocks A coming along? Boom, it's looking sweet. Michael Lai, Snake is coming along. Sarah Belanger, me please, yo. Wesley Van de Bush. Charles still working on the card holder. Fuck, Charles! He wasn't here on Tuesday, so let's hit him up. Can you write me a message for that? Hit him up on that. Any news on Morrigan? Morrigan is coming along. We should be able to submit that very soon in terms of 3D. How do you feel about other companies doing the same licenses at the same time period? It makes us sad, but that is the way of life. You know, a lot of the times is we get licenses and we don't know what other people are getting until it's, you know, we find out at the same time that you guys do. Mohit, I just wanted to say that I'm mad at you. I have to sell some DC stuff to buy the Twin Snake Combo Edition. Hey! Because I couldn't afford it then. I was only planning to buy the normal exclusive edition. That's what is up, mate. Sell all your non-F4Fs, because F4F is love. And...
What? F4F is life.
there you go. Get yourself some Red Bull.
Yeah. I'm just reading these comments as well.
Indeed. Joe Aguilar. Will there be potential busts for Berserk? Let's see what happens with Guts. Let's ask the club, would you be interested in seeing a life-size version of Guts? A smaller version of Guts? You know, a half-scale bust of Guts? You know, let us know. We'd be very happy to...
Let's see how the first one does.
Sure. Uncle Scabs, word. I'm not giving up on Monster Hunter. I know we can make some badass statues. See you at NYCC. Much love. We will see you there. Also, let me know when the Bowser contest will going up. Chocks will have some more information on that a little later on. Travis Murphy, a few questions this week. Any updates to share on Ami, a life-size bust? The answer is it is in. We've now submitted the PO, but we know that there's a 10-month plan, and we're getting to the point where we should start making that. Number 2, thoughts on the Happy Mask Salesman hitting 500 yes in the fan vote? And the answer is, okay, that's cool, but not cool enough, because as you know, you've seen the, you know, the difficulty in terms of Nintendo approving, especially at this stage, the Zelda stuff, because they're so busy, you know, and shout out to them, you know, they're working really hard on making something, and you know, we work at their pace and we're totally cool with that. So with regards to the Happy Mask salesman, does that fill me with lots of... The point is, every single one that gets made, because it's scarce resource... Look, don't get me wrong. If things are like, oh, you can make whatever you want at your pace, no problem, and we'll support you, and you go your pace, be making them all. Happy Mask Salesman would be done, you know, all this sort of stuff. We would open the vault, it'd all be done. But when things are so scarce in terms of approvals, each one has to have a huge impact to make it worth it. I mean, not worth it is the point. It's not, don't get me wrong. To make it...
What's the word? Opportunity
cost. To choose the right project for the opportunity cost. So I can think of other things that would be, you know, stronger than that, etc., etc. So, you know, that's my thoughts on that. We'll keep pushing until it hits 800. You push it till it 800, now we're talking. It becomes more interesting. Far more interesting. I would have loved that Happy Mask Salesman hit 800 before Fierce Deity Link, because I would have loved that. But you know, the reality is I'd probably be more talking about Fierce Deity Link version 2 instead of Happy Mask Salesman, because that's what people have said. You know, to a certain extent, right? I mean, there's still other factors to consider, but you know, when you have to justify, and we will be doing, as you said, these TTs based on things, and when we go back to Nintendo with line plans, so we will actually run some more Nintendo-based polls.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, we will ask these wish list threads.
Yeah, I think we'll look into that.
But it's a long game.
3. Have King Red Lion's waitlist started in the US yet? Not yet. Probably check back in a week, maybe 2 weeks. Brendan Rostello, save F4F Ica. I know he's a big fan of Skies of Arcadia. Shout out to Brendan. And, you know, hopefully in the future that can turn around. Matt McCullough. Any updates on Mario on Yoshi? You know, it's actually now time to start going into that now. Now that Bowser's sort of done and approved, let's now go into that and look into that. So yeah, it's time for us to start the work on that again. Adam Weiss. Any updates on Solaire and Guts? Solaire is with Sif sort of beginning to wrap up. Solaire, we're looking into that starting soon. There was some slight changes to be done with Bandai Namco with regards to the color of the internal part of the shield. We made it darker.
Yep.
So that has been done and submitted. If they get approval on that, we can go. And Guts, hey, painted, submitted. Let's get some updates on that. Mark with Ace Rolf. I just want to start by saying how amazing your work is and how I'm in awe that you listen to the creative criticism and apply your customer feedback to your product. Much appreciated. It is definitely something that it seems that we have had a lot of experience in. Because everyone's like, it's rubbish, change it all. Like, oh, okay. But no. But no, thank you very much for the kind words. It is actually very motivating. And when we see people, when we make those changes, appreciating that, that makes it all worth it. What we can do, is absolutely important to do what we can. My question is, are you in the process of thinking about reaching out to other companies at all? If so, which ones, such as DC, Marvel, Disney, Capcom, BioWare? The answer is we're always looking at that. It's not as secret anymore because we are looking at TTs and how that shapes the future. So, definitely, the ones that we're looking at closely are the ones that we mentioned. Yu-Gi-Oh!, Darksiders, etc. My comment, how good would a Kid Chameleon diorama be? Who remembers that Mega Drive game? Chocks.
Yeah, I remember that. You can change it to all these different, cool looking guys. It was quite a tough platformer as well.
Yeah.
And there was another game, a Japanese game. I can't remember the name, but it used the same concept, the same ideas. Basically, it's just retweaked of the graphics, but it played exactly the same. And again, you change different masks.
Is it?
Yeah, and you have different skills. I can't remember the name of it.
Okay, moving on. Nanase, just wanted to say thank you so much for acting on my neon green stealth cameo snake mock-up. Can't wait to see it completed. Thank you very much again. Shout out to you for for the suggestion. It will be so special to me and definitely going to be the prized piece in my collection. Much appreciated. You guys are so awesome. F4F is love and F4F is life. Shout out to you, Nanase. Again, thank you so much. And Chocks, hit that boy up.
Yeah, I know.
Mark Johnston. So after the amazing work on Snake, what kind of warning could we expect with the pre-order? Okay, so that's obviously now happening on Tuesday. Hopefully you're in the stream and you get the information. It will be bringing out press releases.
Yeah, Mark
afterwards,
Johnston. Yeah, he was on the stream earlier. I'm not sure if he's
Great.
still around. Yeah.
Now that it's extending, would you consider a 12-month plan for the Stealth Camo edition? I don't want to commit to a 12-month plan. I want to turn that around quicker than that.
Yeah, guys.
Shout outs. Yeah. Uncle Scab says, did you do them this week?
Yeah, I've done the shout outs.
Okay, just checking in because this is
He goes, oh, you're gonna do the shout outs whilst I'm sleeping. And then like a couple minutes later, I said, guys, first 10 people hit the comments.
Did he get it in?
No, he didn't get it in.
Oh shit! Uncle Scab's sleeping.
You should read that section because Jessica tagged him in.
Oh yeah.
It was way too late. Everyone jumped in and took all the spots.
Denied, Uncle Scabs. You gotta have words with Chocks in NYCC. James Bennington. Any updates on 25th? Starting the initial PO work on that. How's AMI LSB inspiring the future of life-size busts? It's a good question. I'm considering the fact that we've got the Aku mask coming up first. So in terms of life-size stuff,
but that's
sort of
mask.
yeah, I know, but it's kind of like, kind of the same sort of thing. I would sort of, no.
Oh, it's different.
Yeah, well, anyways.
Bust is a bust. That's a prop.
Well, look, I'd like to see what people think about Guts. Let's see that come out first. And maybe if people really like the new Snake face, maybe we can look at doing a bust of Snake, for example.
Okay.
Adam Tiley. Walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. What on earth is that? Let me straight to Google that right now. Is it a song? What is this video?
What?
It's like it's Donkey Kong.
It's Donkey Kong.
I haven't got the sound on.
No.
Hold on, let's see if we can get the sound. So that's good. Indeedy. My life is just that much better now that I have that in. I have that extra bit of information in now stored. I think I'll show that to Harvey. Hold up that. Chonabata. What video game will be used for modeling and ensuring Donkey Kong is to scale with Bowser? And indeed, Brendan Rostello, as always, very helpful to show the scale references with regards to that. And you can, yeah, he's actually not quite the same height as Bowser. If they were maybe he was standing up. I don't know, but
Yeah.
he's definitely not as So you know,
Similar.
yeah, similar. Similar. Look at the size of that monster.
Who? Oh, that one.
Yeah. That's crazy. And you know, it was really funny how we were just like, oh, I can't believe how much bigger Wario is.
Wario's wide.
Jesus, and how much bigger, Waluigi is as well. It's crazy.
Well, he's lanky.
But yeah, I mean, just compare to that. Mental. Dave Nazira. Alex, I made a poll recently about a Rosalina statue. My question is, how many yes votes would you like to see to consider her? 500 plus. Tyler Joseph Wall. I want Dante, please. The prototype is almost finished, the counter sample.
Counter sample.
But there's a lot of stuff that is sort of kind of ready that, we haven't done anything with because it needs to have its time.
Yeah.
Pascal Mushaw. Number 1, with the TT from PS5, Persona 5 coming along very well, what other titles will we be looking into from Atlas?
From Atlas?
Let's worry about that.
Well, we did a TT. We did a TT for Catherine.
Yeah. Is there anything else that they do? Not really.
Yeah, they do. The Shigami
Shin.
Ten
Tenshin,
yeah, that comes out, and then all the other. I can't remember the names off the top of my head, but they do quite a few other stuff.
Let's see how Persona 5 comes on. Number 2, I remember when you talked about a possibility for a Wolfling bust. Are you still thinking about it? And when would it be? And what would be needed to get him? So again, that's asking about what happened with life-size busts.
Odin Sphere. Odin Sphere was a good game.
Oh yeah. Is it a bit indie?
Dragon's Crown? Nah, it's not indie at all. It's done by Vanillaware. Vanillaware. Yeah. Can't really say yeah.
But I thought it was wasn't it a bit small?
Small? What do you mean? It used to be a PS2 game.
But isn't it kind of like niche?
It's niche. Yeah, a lot of Atlas games are quite niche anyway. So, but yeah, it did really well. Got some decent reviews.
Cool. The answer is Wolfling Bust is not really. Yeah, it's a possibility. We need to run some polls when it comes to having a new list for the big end. Number 3, how many pre-orders left this quarter? It was going to be 2, but might just be 1 now. Might just be Snake.
How many pre-orders left this quarter?
Well, that's this month.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we've been shuffling projects left and right. And we've got the NYCC thrown in the mix as well, so it's kind of a little bit skewed. Yeah.
4, when can we expect Taki? Sooner rather than later. She's most likely going to be after Snake, to be confirmed. Still, again, it's just a shuffling thing. What I say today might not be the same tomorrow. Hey, Snake should have been the first week. Should have already been done already. Here we are now, delayed a week, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Brendan Rostello. Will the rest of the Metal Gear line be based off the game's artwork or the in-game models? Psycho Mantis, for example. Psycho Mantis, you guys can't argue about the head because he's wearing a mask, so that is sweet in that respect. So I don't believe there's going to be too much difficulty to recreate. Fuck that. Let's just wait until we actually.
We say that now. We say that now, and then on the day, it's like, it's not quite the my Psycho Mantis.
Yeah, right. Right. Mark Johnson, is there any way Meryl or Puppet Meryl could be featured in a Psycho Mantis statue? Nope, because that is like going to double the price. Abraham Sanchez. The poll for Aku and Crash seems to be leaning towards Aku. My question is, when do you plan to let us know who will release first? I think we're going to go with Aku Mask first. I would like to know as soon as possible so I can figure out how to go about planning from them both. Also, how long would you wait for Activision to get back on Spyro PVC before asking them about a possible Spyro 2 resin? Look, we're working on quite a lot of other things for Spyro, as you know. There's the Crystal Dragon and the Sparks.
Yep.
Then obviously we saw that the TT, classic TT push for Ripto and Hunter were there. I probably want to be doing at least getting Sparks in the physical stage or even considering doing Spyro 2 in resin. I'm still going to hope that we can always have that as the Spyro PVC.
And we did
option.
mention about Spyro PVC a couple of weeks back, saying, you know, like
we're checking again
a month's time.
Yeah.
Can't rush these things.
You can't hurry, love. Should we take Crash?
Take Crash what?
Great.
Let's have a discussion about that.
What is up, guys? Andy Vachama. How is Ornstein coming along? It is in approvals. What happened to the push back with Sif's shipment? Just things take a long... I know it's also to do with the swords. The whole thing is just long process. Takes a long time. What the factory tells us, ultimately they slip.
Because it's not just the statue itself. There's lots of side pieces.
Yeah.
And obviously we'll definitely plan things out much better, knowing that, hey, we've got an art print. Hey, we've got a ring. Hey, we got extra diecast swords.
Right.
It's actually a nice package. You know.
Adam Tidy thought, shall we take crack?
Shall we take crack? Shall we take a crack at what?
No, shall we take crack cocaine?
Yeah, I know what Tilly was talking about.
But indeed, it was indeed Crash and not crack. Any Guts news or updates? It is in submission.
Guts.
Do you even lift? Oh.
Do you even lift?
Do you even lift, bro? The answer is, back in the day. I need to do something about that later on. Do either of you have nicknames or aliases? Depends on whether or not Kanako's angry with me or not. Well, Chocks' name is a nickname, so that is not his real name.
Yeah, it's already a nickname, yeah.
I don't have a nickname.
You don't have a nickname?
No.
Fun Daddy, isn't it?
Fun Daddy! Yeah, I like being Fun Daddy. Okay, we are... Brendan Rastello. If both the original Stealth Camouflage Edition and the revised Neon Green Edition are approved, which they are, will there be a combo pack for all three statues, Super Exclusive Edition? Well, the answer is... Will there be anybody who is interested in one for all three? If there is, we will take off another...
Another skew.
Andres is not going to be impressed.
Another skew, man.
If you really wanted to do that, it would be...
Let's make a poll.
So on it will be this.
Let's make a poll. See.
What's the current one? It's $950, isn't it?
$950, yes.
Which is $100 off or something, isn't it?
Yeah, $100 off.
Yeah, okay, $950 plus... Agreed? So it goes like that, yeah? Oh, sorry. That's what it currently is, yeah? You add another one, and then you take that off. Yeah? If there is any one of you guys who are crazy enough to go triple pack, then we would take another 75 off the top. So that would be 1.4k. If you're really interested in it, that would be a total saving of $175 off of all three of them, if you put them all together.
We'll have to think of something.
If you guys would really want to do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess we'd have to try and think of something extra we could do for that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, because that, I'm not even sure if you guys look,
Yeah, it's really hard to say.
It's a good question to ask.
It's this whole, it's a whole thing. Like, there's been a lot of conversation over the weekend saying, oh.
Yeah, Brendan Rossello says he would want to have the same number. He really is interested in that. Well,
I've seen that. I've seen like people.
Well, it
saying
definitely
that
would
want
make them all
triple
have the
pack.
same number. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. Oh, fucking hell, Ashley says he'll buy all 3. Jesus Christ. Damn. That is, yeah, okay, you know, much appreciated, guys. And I think it makes sense to triple pack the same numbers, of course, for all of them. Well, it would have to be, of course.
It will have to be.
It would have to be. Crazy. Christian Hernandez. How many concepts do you have for the Berserk line so far? Well, we're sort of doing it at a nice pace. We've got development deep in 3, Guts, Skull Knight, and Berserker.
Mm-hmm.
See, Adam Tiny said, okay. Now we're at Ashley Kala. Can you guys send an email out to everyone who has bought both Vice to show them that you have a 3D render for Ica to boost the yes on the amount that needs to send it into production? I doubt everyone who bought Vice is in the group and doubt everybody knows that Ica's in the works. She's only a push away from being produced and I would love to get her made. It's my favorite game. That's a great idea. Hey, Chocks. We asked these guys to rally. We asked these guys to push.
Sure. I'm
Let's
just thinking,
do what we can do as well.
Can Andres do that?
Yeah, of course we can. I believe so. You can download the customer list right now. We could do it right now, as in not right now. We're in the middle of a Q&A, but you know we could just look up who's bought Vice, download all the emails, do a separate, you know, a targeted thing about that. I think that's actually that's a very good idea. Because I really want Ica to do well. Yeah, you know, we're sitting here telling everyone rally the fans, when we haven't even rallied our own fans. The guys who even bought Vice. So I think that is a fantastic idea, Ashley, and we'll definitely look into it. Uncle Scabs, Chocks, give me a shout out, because I know you're gonna post that shit when I'm sleeping.
Yeah, that was earlier today. Actually, that was 11 hours ago.
You're gonna give him a shout out then?
Hey, what?
He's asked you for a shout out because he knows he's gonna be sleeping, so he wants a shout out.
No, check out the next post first. Check out the next post first.
Is he down here somewhere?
And then, like Mike says, do the same for the Yakuza.
I see what you just said. All right, shout outs. The first 10 people is it all the way up to Chocks?
Up to Jake.
Oh, yeah.
My side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Anto Jambon, what is going on, mate? Shout out to you. We have Fobni Guidi. That is a new middle name, I believe. What is going on, mate? Brendan Rossello, shout out to you. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Shout out to Michael Bonner, what is going on, mate? Ashley Pace, shout out for the triple pack craziness of Ashley Pace on that. Jessica Castic, what is going on, lovely Addy. Lydia Baldini showing us the blue love, much appreciated. And we have Derek Baker, who seems to always be getting shout outs. Shout out to Derek. And we have Johnny Jesus in the house, what is going on, mate? Shout out to you. And last but not least, we have Jake Sue Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Shout outs for this week. Done and dusted. And I scroll down and I see Uncle Scab saying, God damn it, Chocks. I knew this would happen. Followed by, I just read through these comments. You bastards are brutal. Where's your love for your old pal Scabs? So, Chocks.
No, he wasn't complaining to me. He was complaining to everyone.
Maybe you give Uncle Scabs his shout out at NYCC.
Yeah, I'll give him. I'll give you a personal shout out.
Yeah, as he's walking past. Hey, Scabs, we're over here. Don't walk past our booth. Well, I come in to say, yo. Fobney is one of those points. David Kurt. Since Alex is the fun daddy of F4F, what's Chuckles' role in the F4F family?
What? What's the question again?
Since Alex is the fun daddy of F4F,
what's my role?
What's your role in the F4F family?
I don't know. You guys tell me.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Chox' role.
Okay, you scroll down one of the comments. I've read something about these TTs.
Dave asked me why I shaved my head. More TTs will come around.
No, from John Morales. Yeah, like these TTs add it to the newsletter. That's doable.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, that makes more sense. So everybody gets it because the guys that actually bought Vice or any other products should be on the mailing list.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
that makes my life much easier because
Yeah.
if I go through each list and send them specific TTs, that's gonna.
Well, no, that would only happen for Save a TT. Like, it's not like every week. It's just like, you know, the Warp Star guys, when we did Kirby,
Yeah.
the you know, the
Yeah,
Knights fans, when
that's
we do Riala,
doable.
the, you know, that, but, you know, adding it to the TT for, you know, on the general newsletter is a great idea. Just do that as well. I mean, do that as well. Oh, yeah, well, I mean,
Do any of you guys open the newsletter? Because according to my records, only 20% of you guys open the newsletter.
what is up with that?
Yeah. So
Adam Tiny says,
please
fun
open
mummy.
the newsletter. What?
Tyler says that you should be fun mummy.
Why am I fun mummy?
Jackson Tay. Who will come after Taki for Soul Calibur? I hope Sofitia, Mitsurugi, Randy Draz. How many statues do you have in the making
See, these
that you're
guys,
unaware about?
everyone wants me to be a Red Bull.
40?
Sorry, what?
How many?
What's the question?
How many statues do we have in the making that we're unaware about? At least 40. Different levels of planning.
Tons.
Randy Draz.
Who says we're making statues?
On the shipping calendar, how are some of the July statues still on the boat?
Actually, that's a good question about newsletter. I'm going to ask you guys, do you guys actually open the newsletters? See, so I think I open it once every ever. I think I
Open it once ever.
Once ever, yeah. Right, I'm the grumpy wife according to Maria Spin. So I promise I'll open all newsletters from now on, from Dave Tedesco. Right?
Grumpy wife that tries to restrain.
You know, one of these days I'm going to put a
feeding frenzy.
Code in these newsletters, right? So I'm gonna, yeah,
that's what we should do.
You assholes are not opening my newsletters. I'm gonna put a feeding
First
frenzy code.
1,000 people
What?
enter this code gets the feeding frenzy.
I need to think about this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna make a poll anyway and ask you guys if you ever open a newsletter.
Because you work your ass off on that, no one fucking opens it.
Yeah, I'm wasting my time.
So July statues, what's up with that?
What?
How can the July statues still be on the boat?
July statues? Still on the boat? Sonny!
You make a note of that so we can get to look at that. What's that all about?
July statues still showing as
Status
on the boat.
Well, yeah.
I guess it just hasn't updated.
Let's check that out. Sonny, you have one job. Randy Gerard. Bayonetta was announced, but she's not on the pre-order calendar. Should she put it on there? Nope. That is proving to be very tough. And the answer is never until it's approved. There's no point in doing that.
What?
Yeah. Bayonetta putting it on the pre-order calendar.
It's going to be a long time.
Yeah. Brenton. I have a slight suspicion that because no depth dimensions were given on Bowser, that the exclusive version moves somehow, or depth can vary a lot. Am I right? So after avoiding the question with a non-helpful answer, say next question. Next question! Ronnie Gerard's next question is right here. Should Donkey Kong be made? Will it be covered with fur? Would you like to see it flocked? That's pretty straightforward. Probably not, but you know, indeed. Barrels or bananas by Chanabata on the Donkey Kong statue base? Why not both? Why not run a poll? Let's see what is up. Tiago Pinto, number 1. When will we be able to see the first sneak of Bayonetta? Still far? Yep. Most likely we will be kicking that range off, most likely with because we want to show something and Bayonetta is taking quite a long time, that we might do some gun replicas for Bayonetta first and launch with that, because that's a little bit easier, at least to get something going whilst we take more time to work on the final statue. So yeah, just guys, that's what we're thinking of doing, releasing prop replica of the guns.
I've got a good feeling that might take a while as well.
They all will take quite a while. And that's cool. So just a heads up on that, it's most likely we'll kick off the range with the life-size guns. What about Darksiders? This is number 2. Darth Pole is getting some nice numbers, but it's still not there yet. Randy Gerards, does the revised Snake have smaller pecs than Alex? I need to go on a diet. Nana say, if you could make Cloud Strife, Would you use the original Final Fantasy VII as a reference, or Advent Children, or even the upcoming remake? I'd probably go for original. And thinking about it makes me sad. Nana say, as Pikmin TT is on the final stretch to hit its target, can we please get a sneak at the render to share around while trying to rally the fans? Well, how's that TT doing?
TT doing okay, but not as great as it could, because it's supposed to be PVC, right? The diorama, PVC.
Well, the creatures would be PVC.
Yeah.
The Pikmin would be PVC.
Yeah, the little Pikmin would be PVC. The diorama could be what, resin?
The monster would be resin.
Yeah.
Right. With some nice sort of faux grass to get that kind of effect.
And you know, maybe you can have pieces connecting with each other. Oh,
indeed.
well, you know.
Eric Stegan, yes. Giovanni Conmorio, 3 questions this week. Number 1, do you plan to include Diddy Kong with Donkey Kong? The answer is, let's discuss more in detail. It's just a question, haven't really thought about it yet. Is Jin guaranteed to be made, or was Mugen orders not enough to continue? You know, we haven't really thought about that too much yet. One of the things we're thinking of possibly doing is, we haven't announced the final numbers yet on Mugen. It's still up there. What we might want to do is finalize what we're doing for NYCC and whether or not we, ask about taking Mugen to NYCC to consider.
But that poll that we did for Snake,
yeah,
and everyone was very supportive about that.
Absolutely, but I still think there's a difference between Snake when it just finished versus Mugen, which finished a couple of weeks ago. And by the time it's the thingy bob,
obviously we need to grow our anime.
Yeah, so hopefully people can understand that as well.
Apparently, like this year is going to be a lot of anime, because it was this year's NYCC is kind of like.
Do you know what could be quite crazy?
What?
Sticking Mugen on top of the tower. What do you thought about that? There's me loving my sign.
I've got a good feeling someone's gonna knock into that and then start suing us
because it fell on their head.
Yeah, you'll kill somebody with that.
They're not die-cast swords just yet.
It's not a die-cast sword, but that's a bloody statue, man. Safety hazard. Nah, man, too risky. It's way too risky. Too risky.
But it's a perfect height to see it.
It's a perfect height. Yeah, it's a perfect height, but risky. Oh, man. They can sue you, they ain't suing me.
Ladies America, I'm out of here. Number 3. What is going on with Yu-Gi-Oh? You said last week you were going to make a Dark Magician poll. Thanks for your question.
What poll?
For...
What question is this?
Dark Magician poll.
Oh, what's
because...
okay.
Blue Eyes White Dragon is a little bit... originally it was 700 on that general poll.
Yeah.
500 when we struggled to hit 500 for the specific one. Let's see Dark Magician as well. See what's up. Arnold Hagen. Hey Alex, I might jump on the stream when I'm done studying. Hopefully you're around now. Got some stuff left to do. Otherwise I can't keep supporting that Mario line of yours. Don't forget to announce new Mario characters. Indeed, but we're going to go back and start going to the next stage with Mario and on Yoshi. Claude Rogers III. I have a question. Would F4F be interested in creating statues based on comic book licenses? The answer is not particularly. It's very, very crowded. F4F sculptures are some of the best in the industry. Thank you so much for the kind words. And I would love to see what you could all do with the likes of Flash, Spider-Man, Green Lantern. Yeah, no plans at the moment. Maybe in the really far distant future, but not anytime soon. Nana say, Brandon Evans, this is the correct current TT. Indeed. You guys, Brandon Evans, you guys should also make a triple pack to include the Solid Snake Twin Combos X Edition, along with a Neo Camo one, so people who are buying 3, like myself, much appreciated. That's like 3 people now have said that, yeah? Can get the same time for matching numbers. That's right. I plan to buy the exclusive Solid Snake, exclusive original camo, and the neon green cameo. Is it possible to buy all 3 at the same time? Absolutely. We'll make another SKU, and we'll do that at 1,400, which is another $75 off of the top. So thank you so much, guys, for that support. That is really, really, appreciated. No Patorre, here, yo, Yamil Lopez. Got an email today about Kirby not shipping just address confirmation. So is Kirby shipping before Nightmare? They're all at the same time. You know, you might even find that Nightmare finishes before Kirby, and then it waits for Kirby to go on the same boat and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so there's no real hard rule with regards to that. They're all sort of on the Nightmare should be more on the home stretch, but it's bigger and they're more pieces. Fighter Kirby numbers were smaller. That pieces more simplicity to make, so they all sort of, despite Nightmare starting much earlier, Fighter Kirby may indeed make it there beforehand or at the same time, or that sort of good stuff. Troy Blair, where is the Shaker Slate at the production? Are we at the physical stage? Yes, it has actually been painted. Are we going to get the pre-order this year? That is to be determined. They need to have that in front of Nintendo and they need to approve it. Brian Casinos, are you really going to require over 400 votes for Ica? We've been waiting so long. This isn't special circumstances. Absolutely, it needs to be at least 400, maybe 450 for Ica, to really sort of go to the next stage on that. Christopher Loesch, I have Cat Mario exclusive as well as Lucky Cat Mario, both with different numbers. My Cat Mario is authenticated at the low number. What happens if I authenticate my Lucky Cat Mario at a higher number? Will my Bowser be? Should I not authenticate my Lucky Cat Mario? And the answer is, I will tell the team to default to the lowest number between both if people have both. I'll tell that to. Can you make a note that that's what we do? Ask Andreas to make sure that always default to the lower number between Mario, Cat Mario, and Lucky Cat Mario. Alexandra Sorgius. I already asked a few weeks ago, but wasn't here on time to hear the answer. Any chance for a Beta and Katos TT? So we're not high on the list of TTs, but it's something that we can look into maybe in a few. Sean Ermont, what is the link to join the stream? Yo, I hope you're here. Adam Tiny, for your beautiful reference, here is the full wrap. And that is going to be... It's the walnut peanuts again.
More rap. Oh, that song.
Got in two. Put your hands together. Monkey rap. You love your monkeys, don't you?
Yeah. I love my monkeys.
You love your Monkey King. Your Donkey Kong, yeah? Are you a big fan of No, you love your monkeys. Are you a fan of Donkey Kong? Because he's like... You love video games, and you love monkeys and gorillas.
Mm-hmm.
What's your opinion on Donkey Kong?
It was good.
Did you feel an extra affinity with that?
I mean...
Because of your general love for monkeys and gorillas?
Well, we all grew up with that. You know,
I know, but do you have
before
even
Mario was
more?
like before Mario was like.
But do you have
Kong.
more because it's a gorilla?
We'll have more because it's a gorilla.
Well, you're a big fan of gorillas and monkeys in
Sure,
general, right? You're a big fan of Planet of the Apes, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah.
You're obviously a massive fan of video games. So when they're merged together, do you feel a little bit even more of a passion for that? Not really.
No.
How come? I mean, I would have thought they sort of go hand in hand.
Well, I like monkeys, but it doesn't mean I like every single monkey game.
Sure.
Yeah.
No. Well, sure. I know that, but you generally like a lot of video games.
Yeah.
I would have thought that it would have just sort of tickled that kind of.
Because
I've
got tons of like different platforms. I play different games.
Yeah,
obviously.
of course.
I mean, I've played Donkey Kong Country and all that stuff, but there's so many games out there.
No, I appreciate that, but I would have thought because there's so many games, the fact that you have a Venn diagram, right? This is your love for monkeys. This is your love for video games. You would have thought there was a little bit of that sweet spot right there in the middle, like that, right? You would have thought, but no.
What are you trying to say? Oh yeah, I like Monkey Ball, Super Monkey Ball.
Well, for example, did you like that more because you like monkeys?
It was a great game.
Or do you like monkeys or gorillas or both?
Both.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah. Oh, I would have thought that it would have, just sort of sparked that little bit extra. Because it's both a video game and it's your, favourite animal. Well, I don't know if it's your favourite animal, but you really like those.
It's separate, it's different. Yeah, I treat them, I won't say, because I love it, and then I love every single monkey gorilla thing, but no, it's different.
That it? Is it? Michael Lai says, thank you very much. You're very welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Guys, we're going to wrap it up in 10 minutes. We're going to hang out with you guys. Any questions you have for us right now. Don't forget, after the TT close, after this week's Q&A finishes, we will be a feeding frenzy in the club within 15 minutes after we go offline. So we've got Robert Elliott in the house. It's caught the end of the live show. That's just about right. Alex is a big no. It's a big no, indeed.
What's a big no?
About your Donkey Kong love.
Oh, just say no. Okay. Ape Escape, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll play that. I'm telling you, there's loads of ape games. It doesn't mean I like every single.
Kev Daughtry, do you two want to come over to my place for a beer? I would love to, as long as you have a teetotal variety, because I do not drink and teetotal. Michael Summers, Donkey Kong sucks. You know something? You suck! Ronald Jacobs wants to know how many did Mugen sell. I need to look at the final numbers. It's around about 250. But we would love to be able to take that to New York and see if we can get a little bit more of a boosty on it. Theoretical price for Ica, 1/6. God, you know, that's like putting something out of the air, especially with prices changing all the time.
It's hard to say.
275? 300? 275? 300? I don't know, something like that. David Najara, can you put up a green screen in the back?
I know where they're going. I know where they're going with this.
Cut us out and start making us do funny things, yeah?
Yeah.
Will I ever see a Mario Kart figure? Maybe we can TT of that part of next week.
It's not part of next week. Next week is Yu.
Yeah. Seller Kirion, take that to NYC and New York. You know, we're really, really looking forward to seeing what happens with NYCC. There are a couple of amazing concerts that we thought about doing, which we'll talk about more when it comes to the time. But if it really works, and we're not just talking about how many orders do we get for Snake, which will be the only item, unless you allow us to, if we take Mugen, to sell Mugen as well, right? You know, will we get enough sales based on that? You know, well, that's not the only indicator. It's also to do with other things as well. We'll talk about that more later. I really look forward to the possibility, Chocks, a real possibility that we hit the road for lots of these conventions all over the place.
Yeah.
If we can, you know, going to America is probably the most expensive of it all for like all of us to go there. You know, NYCC.
It's essential. It's essential.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, but I'm just trying to say that's the cost. If we can, you know, extrapolate that to other places. Once we figure out the overall budget of what this has cost us, and then compare it to what was the return in terms of, as I said, not just monetary return, but like, you know, all the other things that we talked about, it basically means free passport. Let's fucking go everywhere. If that, you know, if it's said and done, it's something that we believe is worth doing.
It is.
So it's exciting for us to actually do a Comic-Con. Really exciting for us. I don't know how you're feeling about it, but I'd be getting more and more excited about it.
I've
this
always said
week.
from day one, it has to be done.
Sure, it has to be done, but I'm just excited about seeing how it does from a, you know, just from a response point of view.
It would be better than not doing it. It's kind of like
Sure,
you need one or the you need it.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so
I'm looking forward to like now thinking about it. And the fact is, conceptualizing it, thinking about it, actually now doing it, and then, you know, in terms of getting the booth, and then actually doing it. I'm really excited about that. Michael says he's the NYCC guide. Go fund me for everyone to come to America.
Go fund me. Right. So, anyways,
Alex Midner, Raul. That is going to be submitted to Nintendo soon for pictures, but we're not launching anything with that until it's physically approved. Come to the EU or the UK, says Martin John Palmer. What's the biggest one in the UK? The film comic convention in London?
no idea. It's changed so much over the years.
See what the numbers are.
There's so many new conventions, one upping each other. Do they last that long? And it, you know, do they have a legacy now? And these conventions, they don't seem to last very long.
Nana said asking for how about a credit on the box of the Neon Snake. Let's make sure there's enough orders before we start talking about that.
Yeah.
Mohit asking, are we coming to Gamescom next year? That's definitely high on the list of things to look at.
That was one of the that was one of the events we were looking into for the EU area.
Definitely. But let's just have another more serious conversation about that once we do NYCC, and it's just, God, Chocks, it's just a month away. It's gonna go like nobody's business.
It's tight. The time is tight.
Tamateratsu, that's a cool name. Tamateratsu Okami Pum. We absolutely will give away free hugs if we go to the UK. Whereabouts in the UK are you? Michael Summers, come to the Isle of Man. I'll rock Chuckles' world with a delicious crab bap.
Isle of Man. So we're gonna watch some vroom, vroom, vroom. Manx TT, is it what we call it?
ATX?
No, it's like the Isle of Man, racing. It's famous for Isle of Man TT racing.
Oh, it's motorbikes.
Yeah, motorbikes.
Cool. It's amazing how they go right. I'm like, they're gonna fall over, and they totally don't ever.
Yeah.
If you do the UK, can I just come and sit on your stand? Horsham. Where's Horsham?
Who's Horsham? I've heard of the name.
Let me see. Isn't that London area?
London MCM. I've heard of that. Is that what? That's still the biggest?
West Sussex.
Sussex.
How far away is that from Watford?
Watford.
Which is the centre of London, I thought.
West
Tunbridge
Sussex, that
Wells. Maidstone. I used to live in Maidstone. No, I used to live in Sittingbourne, which is near Maidstone.
I've been there before.
Where?
Maidstone.
Really?
Yeah. I drove down there once. I don't know why.
I used to live here in Sittingbourne.
Where?
Yeah, Leeds Castlewood on that. Where's Sittingbourne?
Sittingbourne.
Yeah, it's near Maidstone. Sittingbourne. Sittingbourne.
Kent.
Ah, so I used to live. Sittingbourne. And I moved to Berkhamsted. Berkhamsted to Watford.
There's not a lot to do around that area, is there? Been there. Oh, actually, I drove all the way down to Margate.
Is it?
Yeah, boring as hell, man. Nothing to do over there. We just opened the map, closed our eyes, and went, "Hey, let's go there."
That was a
like,
mistake.
Oh my god! Yeah, it was like a bunch of us.
Do I know Portsmouth? Only that.
Yeah, I don't know Portsmouth.
Portsmouth.
Right at the bottom.
south, yeah.
Right at the bottom.
Yeah. I have a mate who's in Eastbourne.
Yeah.
Southampton, Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Brighton.
Yeah,
so
been there,
one of my
Brighton
boys lives in Brighton. When drove down there when I was in the UK in the summer of last year.
Mm-hmm.
Glasgow MCM Comic Con. Scotland. My brother went to Edinburgh University. Ashley, me and my bros want to come start going to expos next year with a stand, and we plan to bring our F4F statues to spread the name. So here's the hoping. Ashley and Eric, man, you guys really, really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. Seriously. Much appreciated.
Lauren's going to come to Dundee.
Yo!
Dundee!
There's a lot of UK love.
Yeah,
I
a lot of UK.
Awesome.
Well, it's perfect time now, right? UK.
Yeah, absolutely. That is awesome. All right, guys, we are wrapping it up.
Well, I haven't done the shout-outs yet.
In 5 minutes, because Chocks has got some shout-outs.
Yeah, I just want to say, guys, Hurricane, how do you pronounce it? Irma?
Yeah.
Stay safe. Let us know in the club you're okay, everything is fine. Your statues are fine, your house, your pet, your family, everything. All right? Greg Michalowski.
Yo!
Thanks for doing the stream for the Metal Gear Solid. He pinged me earlier on saying he can't make it to the stream. I think it's something to do with...
No, I saw him.
No. And then he said something about stuttering. The QA for him is very stuttery.
Right.
So I'm not sure if he's still on, but big thanks to him for Metal Gear Solid.
Always appreciate the support.
I think it was a 2-part video because it was quite a long game for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Much appreciated, Greg.
Last but not least, next Tuesday, pre-order starts for Metal Gear Solid. There's actually a countdown timer. Hopefully it's still working. If the countdown timer site is working, there'll be a countdown timer on the webpage. Previously, there was 4 SKUs on the page, but because of the neon green, now there's an extra 2 SKUs, so that's 6 SKUs on the page.
But there may now be an extra one, which is the triple damage, triple threat.
That's right. So
Les enfants terribles.
yeah, so there'll be 7. Yeah,
that's cool.
Working. Yeah. So there's like 3 days and 22 hours until Tuesday. So make sure you click on the release update.
23 minutes and 12 seconds to be exact.
All right, so make sure you click on the release update. That will take you to the product description page. It will highlight exactly what happened over these last few days, and from now up until Tuesday, that product description page will be updated with further information with regards to the additional head included in each single pack.
Yeah.
And that estimated release date might be updated as well. That might change to Q3 because obviously there's been a lot of updating changes with the approvals and processes with this launch. So
yes, Bucky Barnes, it will be indeed this Tuesday.
So just remember, it's not sold out right now. Okay, pre-order starts on the Tuesday. Make sure you bookmark that page. The pre-order will only be for 3 days, from the 12th to the 15th, and there will be no wait lists at this phase. That will come after NYCC for the wait list, and then we'll go through all that information on Tuesday as well. Guys, any questions?
Can I get to pre-order Wednesday early morning with that class as day 1 still? Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Day 1
is 24 hours.
It's 24 hours.
Adam Tiley, realistically, when do you think Majora's Mask? I cannot answer that question until we have approval from Nintendo. I really apologize for that. Uncle Scabs, we love you too. Yep, Ashley's correct. As long as it's ordered within the first 24 hours, it is okay. Johnny DeJesus, hoping the storm doesn't kill power for long. How do you know in advance that the power is going to be killed? You're going to have to get creative to be able to order. Can't you order on your phone?
Guys, when is the storm going to hit? In Miami. I believe it's Miami. That's the most boom, in danger.
Nana say, I would like a triple with 2 neon snakes. Maybe we only allow Nana say to get that.
What?
He wants a triple pack with 2 neon snakes, not 1 regular stealth and 1 neon green. Because obviously he loves the neon green. He made the neon green. So he's thinking a triple pack, 1 exclusive and 2 neons.
He's gonna mess up all the numbers and stuff, man. It's too much.
You might make it just a Nana say only version.
Well, you do what you want, man.
John Morales, would Aku Mask set the numbers for the props in Majora's Mask is set the numbers for the prop line if Majora's Mask is heavily delayed? They're not related. Majora's Mask and Aku Mask are not related. What is up, Vincent Wolf Vargas, who's been all over the clubs, letting people know about what's been going on with snakes. I'm much appreciated for spreading the word outside the club as well.
Who?
Vincent Wolf Vargas.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Even though he's selling his Artorias, we see everything. And I literally mean everything. What is the name of the triple pack? Les Enfants Terribles? We don't know. Haven't done one.
I haven't thought about it. I mean,
you just thought about it just now, on the fly.
Yeah.
Ian is saying, just to confirm that I'm buying all 3 MGS statues. My buddy is taking the 3rd one. Nice one, mate. Congratulations. Which one will you go for? The neon green, or will you go for the original one? Let us know what's going on. Are we near 35k? Not yet. We're through 30,600 or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, once we actually launch Snake, I expect that to hit, 31,000 pretty quick. Snake edition.
That's too much hassle, especially the SKUs.
And especially when you call it the Twin Snakes edition. It was like, oh no, it's gonna be really quick. It's like, oh Jesus. Just the name of 2 snakes. And then, triplet snakes. Snake!
Triple S? I don't know.
No 30k reveal? Come on, Austin. You've been following us from the very beginning. You know that the 30k reveal was Snake's video. Can't you do a quadruple pack for Snake? Let's go the what are they called?
What?
So triplets,
Quadruplets?
quadruplets,
Yeah.
quintuplets,
I don't know.
sexlets, I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
Snakes. It had to be snakes. Snakes on a plane. Everyone are snakes on this show. Shaft serious. Indeed. Fingers crossed. Yep, Chocks, you want to keep on going then?
No, but I believe that's it. I mean,
Did you said about this?
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, I think.
And about this bit?
You sure?
Yeah.
All right then.
Just keep.
All right, guys. Photo contest for the Bowser. Obviously, we did say we will look into that this week, but Snake, Metal Gear Solid Snake kind of like took over. So we haven't forgotten. We will definitely look over that, maybe over the weekend or early in the week, and yeah, we will try and get that poll up so you guys can actually start voting, and hopefully, that continues. And last but not least, F4F partnerships that is still going on with the Silver Serpent rings and the Katarina Helm pendant and earring. The deadline for that is 21st of September for your pre-orders, so you still got plenty of time for that, a couple of weeks. So that's what it is, and those are still going well. And obviously the release date for the previous rings are approaching soon, and Jeff is already following up with regards to that, the shipping and the release date. So once we have more information on that, we probably could add that to the calendar.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So that is going pretty well so far, and hopefully we are still working on the next phase of the F4F partnerships, and again we will try and bring out some new and interesting products.
The Nanase triple pack TM.
All right then.
The Blame Nanase triple pack. But who is this Nanase? Because I don't see anybody called Nanase. He stays for 2 minutes before he gets booted. But Nanase seems to be that you haven't had any issues with your key, your K.
Oh, with
Miira.
with the new
With the new name.
Yeah.
Well, with his real name, basically. Snakes on a plane.
Right, so basically, yeah. After the stream, we will make a post on the main page. Previously, we did the last launch, the last preview, or the reveal day, the Friday. We did actually make a post where 5 lucky winners will have the chance to win 1,000 points. That will still be valid. Right. So tonight we will do another post, and again,
It's the same post, but
same post. So in total, 10 lucky winners will have each a chance to win 1,000 points, because things got pushed back, but we will still go ahead with that
Yeah.
giveaway.
Yes, and that's correct. So yeah, we'll run that again.
Yeah, we'll run that again.
Run that competition
We'll run
right
that again
afterwards.
tonight. Yep.
So that is a wrap, Chocks.
Yep.
We will be back here again on Tuesday,
Okay.
the 12th of September. Guys, it is now for us the 9th of September, but it's, obviously it's still the 8th for most of you guys. Obviously, shout out to our Australian family, who is already the 9th for them as well. Guys, as always, it is so appreciated that you guys are hanging out with us. We will actually love to hear your feedback on these streams. What can we do to improve? What is it that you get out of these streams? What makes you come back to watch them? And
We'll just make a post.
Yeah, we will do,
We'll make a post and
Yeah.
say, and then leave your comments in the
we'll
post.
love to hear about that,
Yeah.
that sort of feedback from you guys.
What you like, what you don't like.
Indeed.
Obviously a lot of people like it shorter, much longer.
Just feedback. We'd love
Yeah,
to hear what
any
you guys think
feedback.
about it. This is number 36. It is the 8th of September 2017. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be back at it again on Tuesday for Snake's launch. We will, of course, be in the club. And as always, have a very great weekend. Enjoy that. And, obviously, good luck for those who are in the path of Irma. So that, Chocks, is another
Yep,
one.
that's
A wrapped up. We'll see you in the club in 15 minutes as well with the Real Feeding Frenzy. There is currently 88 members as of close of play, 88 chances to win. 100 reward points will be available right after the stream within 15 minutes. And thanks again for those who came back with the feedback for Snake. We much appreciated. I'm glad that we kind of got there towards the end. And
I mean, like I said, in the documentary, we've been. It's been a long journey, the whole 9 years. I mean, this ain't gonna stop us. I mean, you know, we're looking. We're as much excited as you guys to have a Snake solid 1/4 scale statue out in the market. And this little hiccup ain't going to stop us. I mean, we will continue to...
And what is clear is the support that we've got, and it's so appreciated. We can't do this without you guys. Thank you so much. With that said, I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm Chuckles.
Let me prepare this bit over here.
What are you doing?
Yeah, just so I can... So it's all perfectly
okay.
timed here. I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm Chuckles.
F4F is love.
F4F is life.
And we will see you on the next one. Peace! That's you.
Laters.
That's me, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll see you guys in the club.
Take care.
See you on Tuesday. Laters, bye.